I drove field cuts through my neighborhood.
Namaste, fam. Welcome to Fearlessly Authentic. Let me change that a little bit. That better. There we go. How is everybody? Oh my goodness. Today has been quite the day. Yeah, I'm good with that.
I like it there.
And I want to remind everybody to please, oh yeah, that looks really weird. Help Mr. Wilson. We got a free Wilson. It's not free Willie. It's free Wilson. Does this want to show up? There we go.
Set our Wilson free.
We need him to be free.
Insight and awareness. Hello. Nice to see you.
And he
Thanks
loves
for hanging with us.
little Leo. And I know I show this all the time, but I want you guys to see Mr. Wilson's bestie.
Used to think the world was flat. Really threw my hat into the crowd. I felt I had used up my quota of yearning. Used to looking on the children at night.
Okay, let me remove this and then they'll be able to see me. I think. Oh, wait, hang on, guys. We love Mr. Wilson so much that he's just all over the place.
He's in our hearts.
There he is. There we are. Oh my goodness. Let's see who we got in here so far. We have Mr. Wolf Dude and the Yona
and the Popeye and the Barbara B and the Alexander M.
Insight and Awareness. Barbara. Yes, you're right. The establishment is trying to control us, but they cannot. Hi, Alex. And Popeye.
Missy is an Aussie dog. Very cool. Like one of them little guys that like chase the goats and stuff and keep them penned up.
Yeah, you should send a picture of your dog. We're gonna do a collage thing, which we've been slacking on.
Well, there's a lot of other things going on too, so it's it's a lot of stuff.
No, but I want to get all the animals that we can.
I understand. The more animals we have, the easier.
Please, let me finish my thought. So, if you can send a picture of your dog to stevecutlerlive@gmail.com, we will add your fur baby, winged baby, scaled baby, whatever it is. Even if it's a baby that's not around anymore or whatever, you can send a picture over and we'll put it in our little, we're gonna have a little collage thing, or what am I thinking of?
Like
a slideshow. Phenomenal mysticism.
Vegan because of her, because of the puppy. That's as good a reason as any, I think. For years and years, like, I'm an old fucker, and for years I was like, yeah, I'd be a vegetarian, I'd give it a try, but I just fucking love meat. It's good, and then eventually somehow I've been, accepted into the cult, and it's just the way it is now.
Yes, when you're not.
We don't speak of the M word. You don't say, what is that? Chicken? No. You thought that was chicken, you fool. That's not beef. I haven't figured out how to make beef taste like beef. Really? But they've fucking dominated the chicken. They like They made vegetable chicken as good as the chicken that I remember as a child before they, GMO'd it to fucking glyphosated everything. That like back then the chicken tasted good, man. Like you go shoot a fucking pigeon into it. It would taste amazing. You know what I mean? Because there was none of that other bullshit in the air on the land. I have a soup stone. See, Popeye is fucking legit fucking cook over there. We're gonna have to go to California.
You guys should have wrenches now. Try your Alex and yeah, there you go.
I have to go over Popeye's house and just fucking, rock out and eat soup.
Wait, what a soup stone? Is that like my stoneware that I have? Is that the same thing? Steve, I'm asking a question. I said, is the soup stone the same thing as like kind of like the stoneware that I have?
Stone is like a thing that gets cooked in the soup.
Yeah, you can make it out of veggies, all the things. Yeah, the food, like stuff that's not like if it's not organic or it's got a bunch of crap in it. Because depending on where you buy the food from, it doesn't have to be organic. It depends on if it's from another country. Like there's pasta that you can get without glyphosate in it because they well, I mean, they have stuff. Yeah, well, everything, including organic, is tainted in some form or another.
Including
but
milk,
the thing, the thing that I'm saying though, is that there's certain countries you can get it from, like Italy and stuff, where they don't have as much crap in their food. Like I know the UK, they don't have they like have all these things banned. Like my daughter Sky has a friend who's over there, and she's out, and he's always like, "Ooh, I want to taste like blue Fanta and stuff," and I'm like, "Oh," but he's never tasted it in his life.
Okay, so a stone soup is a European folk story in which hungry strangers convince the people of a town to each share a small amount of their food in order to make a meal that everyone enjoys, and exist as a moral regarding the value of sharing.
So it's kind of like Rainbow Fam, like where it's the rule is everybody eats no matter what, whether you have something to contribute or not.
That's right. Everybody eats. That's the fucking moral.
Yes.
Share. Don't be a douche.
Eat processed food. Exactly. Yucky, but not that. That's not. We're not. It's not the same thing as lucky. Yucky and lucky are very different.
And a soup stone keeps your pot of soup from boiling over.
Oh.
Is it just because it displaces some of the water? How does that work? I want to know the physics behind that. Somebody call Snorky.
Yeah, Snork Y2K, man. He's freaking brilliant.
Ooh, a lineup at the fucking McDonald's. See, it's like now I feel like I live in an alternate universe where like fast food places and pizza shops and all of that are not enticing me. You know what I mean? There was a time where I'd be like, "Oh, I'm fucking hungry. I'm gonna go get a burger." You know what I mean? Like, and I would think like that. And now I'm just like, ugh. I'm just like grossed out by it. I'm like, ugh. When I smell like Wendy's when I'm driving by, I'm like, oh man. It still kind of smells good, but then it makes me feel gross inside. I don't know. I'm not really dealing with it well. I just eat my veggies and shut up.
Well, I mean, like, mushrooms are like, they're super healing and healthy. And like Phenomenal Mysticism said here, organic is better than conventionally processed food. But wildcraft herbs and plants are better than organic herbs. Yes, as long as you are careful where you get them from. You don't want to get things that are too close to like, the side of the road or a place that's toxic. Know where you're sourcing your food. And if you get it from a good place, then absolutely. There's actually a book we have. Where's my book? This one right here. It's supposed to be like one of the best books for learning like wild harvest and what you can live off of. We have a bunch of like herb books and survivalist books and like Audubon and mushroom hunting books and all that too, because I like to bring things out in the field with me to identify and learn about, even if it's not the season to gather it and pick it.
It is, Alex. It's a challenge not to be redundant on a vegan diet. you find yourself eating like like these cycles of food. But if you're clever and you plant things that are fucking not normally in your shit, you can have some really far out stuff that you find out you love. But yeah, I can relate to that, Popeye. I peeled thousands of pounds of shrimp and shucked more fucking oysters and little necks and shit than I can fucking at least 120 pounds of lobster tails.
Snork is going to be coming
Damn.
on. If you guys don't know, Snork he's freaking a brilliant man. He was on not long ago, and I asked him how we saved the planet, and he took that with complete like stride. Like I asked him what his favorite color was, and so I look forward to having him on again and having a much larger conversation about what we can do and how we're gonna freaking we got to figure this out. We got to figure this out. Like, what is our actions that we got to take to come together and start really making a difference?
I love the seafood myself too, but you know what I mean. When your fingers are wrinkled from being wet from slimy fucking shrimp and cutting your fingers with your sharp little fucking shells and stuff, fucking 8 hours. You're like, I hate fucking shrimp. And then you wait a few weeks and you eat some and you're like, oh yeah, it's fucking really good.
This is one of the bestest hats. Do you know why? It's hemp. And it's super comfortable. And I can put actually all my hair like up in my hat if I want to, which is awesome too. But yeah,
we love clamming here too in New England. We got good clamming places, although it's all fucking polluted to shit now. So what are you gonna do? Get some mercury poisoning, whatever. It's all good. Have some more vegetables. Shut up.
Oh my gosh. 120 lobster tails once a week made me hate lobster. Woo!
120 pounds of lobster tails.
Pounds? Oh, 100
of lobster tails.
Oh.
I used to be that guy on the line that would take the lobster and cut off his fucking rubber bands and slap them down on the fucking fry plate and split them open so you could stuff them full of stuff and put some chablis on them and fucking some seasoning, chick them in the oven.
I have a shellfish allergy, so I was never into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's absolutely great food in New York City and all around.
Oh,
really,
yeah.
I think there's great food everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. Food is love, and people put a love into their food, and you can taste it.
It's such a tourist spot to go to, but the Pike Place Market is like one of my favorite places out in like Seattle. I'm actually from Everett, so yeah. And as I say the name, our cat named Everett jingles his little bell.
Kate says, "Lucky, did you make your hat?"
I did not make it, but it's a hemp hat. Where is there? Like, I think there's like a label on it.
Purchased from some other hippie who did make it.
No, I don't think it was purchased like that. I think it
manifested itself. It
it's
became
a hempie's hat.
It was like I'm gonna be a hat someday, and it was just a thread, and it just wove itself into a beautiful hat.
No, it's a hempie's brand hat. I probably got it at like a secondhand store because I don't know how much this hat would cost, and I wouldn't probably pay for that.
I love chili too. I want to figure out the way to make the chili taste like chili used to taste when it had meat in it. You know what I'm saying? I would really like to master that art. I'm not sure how you do it. I mean, it's some kind of vegetable essence that sort of tastes beefy or something. I don't know. How do you approach that?
And I answered your hat question, Kate. Good to see you. Kate, you got to come on the show and teach us some stuff too. I will do an earlier show just for you.
Kate said she was just going to lie on her pillow and catch some of the show because night times for people's.
I know. And sometimes I do them late. Sometimes I do them earlier. I'm trying to do some more earlier ones. I got up late today, and Monday is like, it's Monday, right? It's like one of those. Oh no, today's Tuesday.
Dulce. That sounds fucking good. Is
now
it
it's
Dulce
Tuesday.
or Dulce? How do you pronounce that?
but I was up at like 3 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. And like, oh my gosh, it was awful. I had like a nightmare. And then like, or just like one of those dreams where it's just like you wake up startled. And so I was up and like could not sleep. So then I ended up sleeping like during the day.
That's really cool that Charlie Brown says a can of Chipotle's and adobo sauce helps to get that that thing that you love about the proper frijoles. I think you gotta have the right frijoles in the chili for it to come on.
I've been learning
whistles.
I've been learning more about this too, about doing the fasting.
Gamer for life.
Oh, Barbara said that she would like to have a pet lobster.
I was watching, that's ironic. I was watching, you should find him. He's a dude, he's on the fucking YouTube, and he literally went to the supermarket and bought a lobster just to see if he could, if he would be okay. And the lobster was kind of injured and stuff at first. And then he's had him for like months and months. He lives in this big fucking tank, he's a chill lobster now. He's like domesticated. He's like, this is way better than the supermarket. The dude feeds him all kinds of good stuff. That fucking lobster is loving his life. He's living his best life in that thing. It's safe from predators, safe from everything. He's just like, I'm in a saltwater tank of my own. I think he has a couple of like Plecos in there that he fucks with, and it's all good, man. But yeah, there's literally a YouTube channel devoted to just that.
Popeye said he never liked fish, but he was forced to eat fish.
Hamster. But you guys got fucking, what do you call them? Wallabies and
I'm Elfwort.
What's the other thing we were trying to think of? Wombats. Called wombats, man. What do you need a friggin'
Oh, you cut yours off. This is my third set of locks that I've had. And this is my final like set. I'm not like gonna, cut these out and brush my hair out.
Can we just hear it for Horizontal Kate, ladies and gentlemen? Horizontal Kate. Very nice.
I'm like so far behind, aren't I?
I don't know. I just
Here's a on holiday from the Mr. Wilson drama.
Please send our love, Charlie Brown.
Yes, we love Mr. Wilson.
In fact, that this show will be riddled with Mr. Wilson imagery and links to donate to the link in the description. Don't be weird.
Yeah, it sucks to have insomnia. Yeah, and then we're out of like bud too at the same time. So I'm like, it was like a double whammy. It wasn't like I could smoke a couple bowls and. Yeah, I don't have any edibles. I know you want to clean my bowl?
I do.
My bowl is so dirty, guys.
It needs a good going through. No?
Where is it?
It's right here. Don't drop it.
Don't drop it. Do you see how dark that is, guys?
It's pretty
it's like gnarly.
Out of weed sucks, but I'm like I figured it out. If I have like a few hits off the fucking resin blob every so often, I'm fine. Tastes like ass and your throat kind of hurts.
Ew.
Feel normal. That's what's important. Not to be anxious about it and just feel normal. Nah, sometimes it doesn't fucking matter at all. But sometimes it sucks. But you never know how it's going to be. Just go into it, using a certain amount of discretion, and it sucks being out of bud. That's right, Barbara B.
How do you guys do your fasting? Like, what is your time period on or off? I know, like, I've realized that it's better for you to go to bed hungry, right? And then it's better for you to be hungry before you eat again. What? This?
Uh-huh.
I asked him to stop using his guitar strings to clean the bowl.
But that's what an E string
I want
is for.
them because I want them,
guys,
to make things out of them. And he's like, no, I'm going to use them to
52
clean resin.
acoustic bronze makes the best bowl scraping device ever because it's flexible. It will not break your glass. even though it's metal. There's your tip. Okay, pro tips from Steve: how to fucking be a cheesy weed meister.
Oh, our little toddler neighbor couldn't say Everett, so he would say F what. That's so cute. Yeah, auto weed sucks. Yeah. Well, I mean,
The fuck you gonna do? Sometimes you're flush, sometimes you're not.
yeah. Ooh, let us know how that spinach is that you're getting. Alex says that they use a glass bong. I had this beautiful, like super big, like glass bong, and it got cracked. I'm like really sad, and I need a new one.
I need a new bong. One that will get me high.
Putting the G in gnarly. Oh, Barbara's there with us, out of bud.
Barb knows what's up. She's like, I'm out of weed.
Oz says that he fasts when he runs out of money.
Hey, me too.
I know when you're like low on food and everything, it's like, oh, it's okay. It's all right. We could do a little fasting.
We can afford a little oil couple pounds. You know, it's fine.
So insight and awareness says, I fast after dinner and I don't eat a lunch and breakfast. That's a smoothie liquid only.
I could do that. I could eat just the breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
And an actual meal later.
So Alex said we should research the fasting thing, and there are several methods, and you can choose which schedule works best for you. Riley, that comes with all the freaking fantastic questions. What kind of questions you have, Riley?
Hey, wait, you're asking Riley questions. What's going on here?
Riley had a question the other day. Wanted to know if I have a webbed left foot.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but I do
Riley
not
had picked
have...
it up on the street that Lucky might have a webbed left foot.
I don't have any web tips.
We can neither confirm nor deny that Lucky does. In fact, maybe not. I don't know. We'll get closer. We'll update you.
Yeah, the science behind it is really interesting. Definitely. Yeah, that's the same with me too. I have a hard time falling asleep hungry, and I can try to be hungry for a long time when I wake. Yeah, to me sometimes like I feel sick. You know what I mean? Like really start to feel sick and nauseous. Like if I don't eat something, and it's like I want to be able to do the fasting and everything, but it's like I feel sick sometimes if I'm not eating. In the morning, sometimes I need to have something. I was watching something. Was it Sadhguru that we were watching, and he was talking about doing the fasting, how he basically eats one meal at a time and he does intermittent fasting. And so I'm like,
That could be a thing.
So Alex said I stop eating at 6 p.m. and eat again at 10 a.m. Yeah, like I don't eat on based upon like a certain like time frame or anything like that. Usually I and more recently I'm like, all right, I need to make myself be hungry for a little bit. So I do that. And then, I eat something, but I sleep such a weird schedule, especially when my insomnia gets bad. Like it's so hard for me to keep a schedule. I said, damn it, now I gotta eat.
Sorry, didn't mean to remind you.
Popeye said, what about internment camp fasting? Hey, my God.
Sounds delicious.
You guys, Popeye is really freaking hilarious, and I can hear him giggle when I see some of the things that he says.
The giggle is implied.
Popeye said, I never get the dose right with edibles, either too much or too little. Right?
It's tricky.
Sometimes it can be, like, especially if you're getting from different sources and it's not like a measured thing. One time my friend hands me a cupcake and I didn't realize it. I didn't know it was an edible, and I was like, oh my God, I ate the whole thing. I was like, God, that was so good. He's like, yeah, that's got a lot. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, oh. I mean, I can handle it, you know. I can handle things pretty well, but edibles make me hungry, but I don't have an appetite. Yeah. It sucks when you don't have an appetite to eat too, and like that's the same thing. You know, that the same, like, the same concept of like you want to fast, or like you're hungry and you want to eat but you have no appetite to eat anything. Do you guys get like that too? Oh my gosh. Oh, all of you guys, if you're on Twitter, you need to go over to my Twitter. And I have a tweet that is currently going insane on Twitter. It's got like, I don't even know how many people now that have liked it. It's like, it was creeping up to like, it was at like 3,600 or something like that. Like hearts, like it's crazy. Cause I mean, like I only have like 700 people following me on Twitter, and like I follow like maybe a couple thousand people. So like it's insane. But I'm trying, and it was just like a freaking Joe Rogan tweet saying like, hey, if you don't like him, don't freaking listen to him. Don't call for censorship. And it got people like on both sides of that issue going back and forth.
What do you mean I don't have to do something? You fucking leftist. Cultural Marxist.
So
Marmots.
you guys should go over there and help me retweet and get hashtag free Assange going. So I'm trying to use the fact that that's like going freaking nuts to put in free Assange as many times as I can. Yeah, I don't like Rogan. I take him or leave him. I'm not like this like huge, like I watch everything that he does, but I'll watch something every once in a while, and I think he's fucking funny, and like whatever. If people don't like him, then don't watch him, you know. Like it's really simple, but that right there made people go ballistic.
Yeah,
like,
he's not like, you know, really anything special as a podcaster, because like, you know what I mean? I want a podcaster who's going to like push back against stupid ideas, and Joe doesn't really do that like ever. So I can't really fault him because he's never done it. You know what I mean? He's never like pushed back on anything, like, you know, vehemently disagreed with any of his guests. So he's just kind of a spot for people to come and talk, which is cool. You know,
it's kind of like what we do here, but we push back on things.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have more criticism.
Is boring as fuck. You know what I mean? He's not really like it. It's really far and few between interviews that I've seen where I was like, oh, like sucked into it, you know, like, oh, this is fucking fascinating. You know what I mean? His guest is fucking awesome, and he's asking all these great questions. No, he just kind of asks half-assed questions and isn't really prepared to talk to anybody. So what the fuck? You know what I mean? Yeah. Who cares?
You don't have to like either one, right? Like, I don't care if you like Rogan or Neil Young.
Exactly.
I don't really care, you know?
I loved Neil Young my whole life.
I'm against the censorship and the bully of like, hey, go cancel this dude, or I'm going to do this. And Spotify did the right thing. Like, I give them fucking credit, but they also have a huge contract with Joe Rogan. Where are they going to make more money? On a young, fit guy that is going to continue to do a podcast, or Neil Young that is old and they're not going to, I mean, like they could have it as a financial, like, you know, that's why they did it, because of capitalism. But either way, they did the right thing as far as I'm concerned with it. I don't think that they should cancel Joe Rogan and oh my gosh.
I think he's
not going to disappear just because you wouldn't remove him. He's not going to go away.
It's a ploy by Neil Young's fucking Blackstone fucking, you know, hedge fund fucking handlers, getting them to go up against the mighty Spotify, You know what I mean? Like,
Let's
fuck
see
you
who can piss
guys.
farther.
Bunch of dumbasses. Complete and it's not even done well. Like, you would think they would like find some kind of fucking thing that, oh, well, Joe said this. Well, Joe's not that stupid. He's been doing this for years now. He doesn't put his foot in his mouth very
And
often.
he says he's a fucking, like,
In
he's
that
like,
way.
I'm an idiot. He's like,
Right.
I'm an idiot. I don't know anything. Don't, like, you know, and the fact that, like, nobody's like, hey, maybe we should have healthcare for people in the middle of this so they don't have to feel like they have to go get information from a podcaster. How about that? Let's have a real conversation about what's happening. No matter what side of it you're on, people should be having conversations.
It is, Alex. I believe that's as accurate as you could be. The whole thing is deeply silly. It is.
You know, it's a distraction.
And you know what? To be honest, I was completely duped by fucking Neil Young. For years, I thought he was a fucking badass. I thought he was a punk rock all fucking day, out touring with Pearl Jam. He's an old man. You know what I mean? Like, he was putting it down, but really, he's just a fucking blue check fucking neolib fucking dipshit. Like most everybody else from that age group. Like, as people become successful, they forget where the fuck they fucking came from and what things are actually important. And they just believe the fucking narrative that they're presented without question.
Alex, you're so right. Wouldn't it be nice if we put this much energy into freeing Assange and demolishing capitalism? But we got to take things for our advantage because this is something that is trending right now. I'm like, oh, shit. I thought maybe like a few people would see my tweet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like that, like what I said was that controversial or that fucking, you know, it was just kind of like, you know, like one of the basic things I was taught as a kid. If you don't like somebody, then don't freaking, you know, don't talk to them or whatever. Like,
change the fucking channel.
Oh, you know, like who's forcing you with a gun to your head and your eyelids taped open to go and watch his show or listen to him? If somebody's doing that to you and they have you locked up in a basement and is making you take Joe Rogan's thoughts and replace them with your own, then that's something that definitely should be addressed.
I absolutely agree with that, gamer. And that's why I think, you know, there needs to be fucking a dozen fucking Joe Rogans out there. Maybe they can even be better at interviewing people. They can actually be more, you know, flushed out ideas to talk to people about. But in that same regard, like the air that he takes out of the sales of fucking CNN and fucking MSNBC is the only reason they targeted him, because he gets 6 million fucking views every time he fucking does a stream. So what the fuck, you know? Of course they're gonna attack him. He's the biggest fucking, you know, light on the fucking beach.
Mm-hmm. And then Phenomenal Mysticism said the primary reason why people like Joe Rogan is because he makes the mainstream media angry, and Rogan also frustrates the mainstream media. Yeah, like he's controversial. That's why people like him. That's why people like to come here and hang out. They're like, oh shit. Yeah, we get into the real and the nitty gritty and the raw shit. And like, you know, I don't think he's as fearlessly authentic as maybe he could be, but he talks to all kinds of people on all sides of things, and he like talks about aliens to like, you know, the medication and whatever it is that he wants to talk about. And you know what, it's gonna have the reverse effect, right? Like they think that this is the way to do it, but if they just left it alone, it wouldn't have been a big deal. So it just gives more cred to me to Rogan, because they're like, they want to cancel you that hard. That's the books that you want to read, or the books that they want to ban, the people they want to freaking censor. Those are the people you want to listen to.
Yeah, at least look and see what the fuck they're trying to keep from you. You know what I mean? That's just ridiculous. And I think,
how are they trying to divide us now?
Not to go off on Rogan fucking, you know, for fucking way too long, because
it's more about the censorship of it. It's not, you know, and the narrative. It's not really like just about.
But I
Rogan.
mean, just as a dude, as a cat, you know, a fucking comedian who has put in fucking work, and you know what I mean, is not afraid to get in front of people and tell them what the fuck he thinks, even if it's a joke. You know what I mean? I think that's honorable profession, and I think we need a lot more of those kind of people who are fucking honest and will tell you the shit, even if they're fucking wrong. And we'll come back and be like, you know what? We were fucking wrong about that. I just feel like Joe Rogan would be a dude that I'd go out in the desert and do some DMT with him and fucking astral project and fucking go out of my fucking mind for about 20 minutes or the toad venom or whatever the fuck. And it would probably be a pretty fucking cool conversation that we have, going into it and out of it. And being that open.
Oh my God.
Is fucking key. That's the only way you can see anything. If you can't see past your fucking blinders that are installed on you from birth, then I don't know. You won't have a podcast with 6 million people.
Look what Riley said. Rogan should run for prez as a Dem just to watch the Dems flip out.
Yeah, they'd shoot him in the head in about 5 minutes, probably. If he posed any
they already
kind of
want to.
Real
they
threat.
already want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the idea that they want to convey. You know what I mean? They play the fucking long game, man. These motherfuckers with their fucking 72 years of fucking, oh, and now there's a pandemic. Oh, we told you it was going to happen. We just didn't tell you when.
They've been telling us
lock it down.
all this time. Yeah, even with the intense ramping up of censorship, we have limited freedoms. Yeah. All right.
Hey, we'd like to thank everybody for hanging out with us and watching.
Yeah.
And listening.
And I'm going to do this thing that I do.
Do the thing you do.
Whoops. What the hell was that?
Well, we got in this room anyway. Gamer for Life and Riley Martian. OZwhistles, Phenomenal Mysticism, Insight and Awareness. Barbara B.
Click that link, guys.
Click that link. Somebody come on and let's talk about it.
Gamer, I think you have a good schedule down that your body is just
Pandemonium means all demons are free to do what they want, and they did. Yeah, okay. I guess it's all contingent on the definition of a demon, but, I get the relative gist of that, certainly.
The Democrat Republican, like the difference between them is nothing. They vote the same. They have the same donors. They've all sold us out in the same way. So like
they are the same.
Calling them elected is bullshit. Calling them a different party is bullshit. They're all the same party. They're not elected. It's all fake. And then they do what they want. Like they are.
I won't.
Yeah. But they don't want us to do what we want.
We're just talking shit, Jilly. Jilly's like, what's the topic?
Yeah, we're just I don't know.
The cat videos, she said. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's great.
I love this crowd, man.
I know.
You guys are weirdos.
We are authentic and weirdos, and
Fuck
like that's what we're supposed to do.
Rock on with your bad selves. Oz is like, topic? What by what do you mean?
Okay, I'm gonna catch up on this. So you talk.
Yeah, we were just talking about our Lord and Savior, Joe Rogan, and the demon.
What's with Joe's being like the thing right now?
Yeah, Joe's very, very popular these last couple of years.
We got fucking Joe Rogan. We got fucking Joe Firestone. We got it on all fucking ends of it.
Is the tiger in the year of the tiger named Joe? Or is it Tony? It's probably Tony, right? How are those vaxes, Tony? They're great. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I mean.
And like, oh God, there's so much that has been happening lately. And my brain's just been kind of going like all over the freaking place. I'm like, I feel like every direction that we're looking in, every direction is a distraction. And it's so hard to keep the people's like attention. Like, oh, okay, we're losing our rights right now. Yeah. Like we are losing our rights more than we've already lost them.
Still and more. And it's still an emergency, everybody. Be on high alert. It's still an emergency. Okay? Does everybody know the plan?
See, I wish we had our animal slideshow right now because I would totally like cue that up for Jilly. Do we have a cat? We have a cat picture over here anywhere. Is there a cat picture just for Jilly?
I don't know. If you click add overlay, you might find a cat picture in that mess of fucking graphics. I'm really bad at like keeping things organized. Like, you think you would have like a folder that would just be like fearlessly authentic graphics, and one that would be like Steve Cutler live graphics, and one that would be just like other shit. But no, it's all just one big mess of a folder that you can just scroll through and be like, oh damn.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking pictures in here.
Let's see. Wait. That's me and Leo with our hoodies on.
Did you hear that?
What?
You see that? I mean, OZwhistles says I can translate cat language if you want.
Fuck censorship.
Meow. My cat Snubby used to say milk. I mean, it really sounded like milk. You come to the refrigerator and you open the fridge and you're like, milk.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And cats are like lactose intolerant. Just saying.
The masking is over February 25th. Nice, Jelly.
Yeah. Animal
That's
videos, like, you can totally get wrapped up in it. Like the person that came up with the swiping thing. Like it's a repetitive thing that like for whatever reason it connects in your brain and it gets you tied in, like gets you sucked into the media.
Addicted is what it does.
Yeah.
It releases endorphins.
Did you guys see? I'm gonna post it again, but here I'm dropping a link in the chat so you can come enjoy some time and talk with us. Yeah. What should we talk about?
Anybody wants to, even if you don't want to, just do it anyway. Come on. What's stopping you? I know you're pissed off about something. If you're not pissed off, you're not paying attention.
Riley, what do you think? Jilly.
Riley always has the best questions.
What should our topic be tonight, guys? I didn't have one. I should pick a card though.
Can you show the picture I made of Graham Elwood?
Wait, what?
I think it's in Discord.
Oh, I don't have the Graham Elwood one right here then. We're talking about you, Jilly. Yes, right. Yes, we're talking about Jilly and her cat videos. We knew it.
We knew it all along. Jilly is the cat lady that Jason Burmis was referring to.
I am going to get Mr. Turtle on. You guys, if you do not know who Mr. Turtle is, I love him. I don't agree 100% with him all the time. But he's pretty awesome. Do I have to do something to sign into this? Oh, God. You're going to have to hit the freaking... You have to do this.
Oh, no.
All right. I don't have to sign this in. You can
do it over here. Just click over here.
Boom.
Boom, baby. There you are. Just got back from my walk. Hi, everyone. Hi, Vicky Adams. Thanks for coming back from your walk and coming to see us.
I just heard something.
That's Insight and Awareness is on the stream. Let's go. Here we go.
Where? How do I get back to that though? You changed out my whole thing here.
Go back.
That doesn't bring me. That's not. This isn't the tab that I'm supposed to be on.
I know. That's what I'm trying to do. Is get you back over.
Oh, okay, I got it. Now I'm okay. Okay.
It's all help me. Now I got it myself.
Guess who we got coming in, guys?
I got it.
Do you know? Do you know?
You know who it is?
Do you know who it is?
I already said it like.
Do you guys want to guess?
35 seconds ago.
No.
I did. I said 35 seconds.
We go.
All right.
Hey, damn it. I couldn't get it.
What are you up to?
He's plugging in his guitar. He's going to rip up some shit in about 5
Oh,
minutes.
late though. I don't know. I shouldn't be doing this. Can't be doing that this late.
Sounds sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, these P90s, man. I really like these P90 pickups.
Yeah, it sounds really freaking sweet. I like that.
Get a shirt on, Oz.
Like,
We
I
don't
got
need to
my
see your
little-
bare nipples.
I got my little
You're not a bare nippled lady.
Laney.
Oh, that's cool.
And
You
it's-
see that,
it's-
Steve?
What do
It's
we
got
have?
two 3-inch
Oh, yeah.
speakers. Each one gets 3 watts. So this is actually pretty loud. But I
That's
can use
fucking
I can
dope.
plug my phone into it and play music, and it'll be stereo. It's cool.
That is precisely what I need for fucking just like something along that line but I need a little bit bigger than that. So I
But
can
But wait,
move
there's
through it.
more. And then it has a app that you could plug the phone into the amp, and you get the tone of any song that you like. Like, what's that stupid slash thing? Neener, neener. You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it
Sweet
has
Child of
that
Mine
on.
thing
It has
and-
Albert King. I've never
That's-
used it though. I
That's
hate
pretty fucking groovy, man.
Yeah, I
Pretty
got
fucking far out.
Logic and all that shit. I just haven't spent too much time talking to you guys, man.
Well, it's nice to see you, to talk to you this time.
Yeah, Popeye, you crack me up with the stuff that you say. Like I'm
Oh,
like,
I
I hear
crack-
him laughing.
crack
I know
myself
he's
up,
laughing.
man. You know, I got a dozen of them. Shit. Yeah. I today I took a little paper. I took like these little stickum things, a little piece of paper, and I wrote "dick" on them, and I stuffed them in a paper bag, and I gave them to a friend of mine.
Are you guys ready for this?
So if anybody ever tells you eat a bag of dicks, tell me I've already got one.
We got OZwhistles in the
That's
house.
fucking funny shit, dude. Like, here's a bag of dicks. Thank you very much. Ba-dum-bum.
Oh, here we go. We got Popeye with his
Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor.
You glorious nutbag.
Hey, we're all Burritonians here,
Friggin'
like
wild Burritonians in their natural element.
Great.
I like the way it says, "You're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you."
Right?
Yes.
Like if
Yeah,
you had
so
any
you don't know
reservations
what I'm
about
thinking
doing
about.
it, the computer is not reassuring you at all. It's just like, now they can see you.
It's like only now can they see you. Oh my gosh, look at with
No,
Mr.
no.
Wilson's face under Oz right now. Do you see this?
Whoa.
He looks like he's the bottom half of Mr.
Oz,
Wilson.
lean in just a little bit so Wilson will be your chin.
Yes.
That's
No, I
fucking perfect.
thought he was wearing funny glasses. That's why I put my mask on. It's just a reflection.
Yes.
I get
That's
some-
so weird.
I got some glasses I found on the trail. They actually kind of help. It's like, oh man,
Gamer
I
for
see
Life said Popeye's a cool boomer.
huh? I'm just I'm on the edge there,
That's
Yeah.
the weirdest like juxtaposition. Like Mr. Wilson's chin is just sticking out below Oz's face, so Oz can lean into it, and it looks like it's one face. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my
Let's see if it'll do it with this. Am I not getting enough light off it? No.
That's how you line up.
No, it
know.
makes me look like an old fucking guy. Yeah, I sent a text message to my ex-wife. She's gonna be 60 tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Well, I'm a dick, but I'm not an asshole.
No.
No,
My
she's
friend-
nice. She's got a bad gambling problem, but
I've known quite a few people with gambling problems.
yeah, she's actually my kids are actually taking care of her. Really, I mean,
Yeah. I feel you. That is a common thing, especially around here, dude. There's a casino a mile away.
Yeah, we have 2 large casinos. Like,
Oh
and
yeah.
when I say large casinos, I mean there is a hotel, there's restaurants, there's shopping, there's music venues. Like, people don't realize
What
when
was
I
I
say
thinking, you know?
casino, it's not the same thing as like the
Mohegan
little
Sun
ones.
I went and moved up to South Lake Tahoe and took her up there. That was like,
same thing. Yeah.
we went
Only
through like
prettier.
3 bank accounts. And it was like, oh
You got
man.
screenshots
And
of
she'd always work overtime. And then it was like, I started noticing those nights when she'd be working overtime, there'd be money taken out like right before midnight and then right after midnight, you know?
Uh-huh. That's crazy. Yeah, at least in Tahoe, it's pretty.
Oh man. Oh God, I loved it up there.
So they were saying that Popeye
the whole Popeye thing
is
had nothing to do with Popeye the Sailor. I mean, I love the cartoon and all that, but I just I lost my original the password or whatever, and I was like, well, what the hell am I gonna put number 2 on it? And then I thought Popeye Sailor, and it took. And I did it Safeway, and I did it at the supermarket, and it says it there too. And they was Popeye Sailor.
That's pretty dope, though, that nobody has snagged that, before you.
Blow me down.
Blow me down.
I am what I am, and that's all what I am.
Are you guys ready for?
Okay, I'm ready. What
insight and awareness. How are you?
All right. Somebody's actually.
Hey, Popeye, when I was doing Latin classes, we learnt Popoculus nauta sum. Pugno ad finem quod habeas spinem Popoculus nauta sum.
Hang on, we're getting feedback. Does somebody listening on YouTube and in StreamYard?
Yeah, you got to turn the YouTube, the one that's on
turn
YouTube,
the YouTube.
turn it off.
Mute it. Mute.
I just
mute.
It will.
Not me.
No. Are we set now?
I think it's working.
No, I'm hearing it. Oh. Okay. I think it's me.
Oh, gosh,
No, I mean, I don't think it's me doing it, but I think I was hearing me.
I'm not going to.
So how are you doing, honey?
Nice to see
I
you.
got some rubber tip sticks. And then my son comes over and he clicks them together. He's like, "Oh, this is a bad barrel." I'm like, "You never bought me any sticks."
Echo.
Violent entertainment is desensitized.
Yeah, it's desensitizing us, right? Like when it's a violent cartoon, it's like, it's like the video games now. It used to be all the cartoons were violent, that the kids watched, but now it's like, no, we don't want to do that. But we can have them play violent games where they're shooting each other.
Yeah.
But I always thought that if you took a blanket and held it in your hands and jumped off the roof, and nothing would happen. Right. Yeah, I went up on the roof one time, and before I was going to do it, I took the blanket, I threw it off the roof, and I go, "No, this is not a good idea."
Are you sure the umbrella wouldn't work?
Yeah, that was, man.
Dope. Yeah, don't jump off the roof, kids. You are not fucking Superman. I think that's the message.
Man, this white background is really bad.
Some weird.
It's hard on my eyes.
Can you say something inside so that we've got a
we got
level one?
Oh wow, I can see the comments. I thought they
Yeah, we're getting some kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like a weird something. Like I can hear everybody's mic. I'm not sure if the inside hear us.
I don't know.
Can you say something inside?
Oh, Riley has a question.
It could be doubling up because of the volume.
Yeah, it doesn't ever do that.
I know usually. Okay.
No. Uranus is in Taurus.
Hey, Insight, tell me a number. Tell me a number.
No, there's no number.
Now tell me any number. 1 to
Pick a
10.
number.
Can't.
Well, I'll just take the first one then.
Don't make fun of me.
No, I was doing a reading for you. I'm serious.
Oh, you're gonna do a reading, Oz?
No, I just did. It's the 9 of coins.
Oh, the 9 of coins.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the,
well, I have the 10 of Pentacles.
Pentacles are coins. So you've got the settled family, the conservative. This is the one before that. This is the manicured garden, the safety, material safety. And that's not you. Well, there you go.
No, it's not.
I'm the 10 of Pentacles. It's about people and family.
Yeah, and tradition and probably orthodoxy.
It's
Anyway, it's a mistake to do this online. So I'll just put them away.
oh, I can the card that we usually do.
You should read the card that you usually do.
I forgot, guys. I usually do one of these cards.
That's why I asked for a number to make it actually work. If I just take one off the top, it doesn't really work.
Well,
So
I'm an
I usually pick one
astrologer
out of the
mostly.
middle,
Huh?
and it says, "Don't make assumptions. Be yourself around others."
Woo.
It's a good card. And
That's
on the
a nice
back,
one.
it says, "The biggest assumption that humans make is that everyone sees life the way we do. We assume that others think the way we think, feel the way we feel, judge the way we judge, and abuse the way we abuse. We are afraid to be ourselves around others because we think others will judge us, victimize us, abuse us, and blame us as we do ourselves." All right, I'm going to read that one more time.
If you
So,
were,
the biggest assumption that humans make is that everyone sees life the way we do. We assume that others think the way we think, feel the way we feel, judge the way we judge, and abuse the way we abuse. We are afraid to be ourselves around others because we think others will judge us, victimize us, abuse us, and blame us as we do ourselves.
yeah, there's a lot of wisdom in that. Keep
Yeah.
playing Popeye. I was enjoying that.
Mm.
Hey, I made guitar slides out of wood. Not many people buy them.
Make
This
them out
one
of
here
wood?
is made out of plastic, PVC.
Come on.
This one here is made out of stone, onyx.
Yeah, nice.
And then I got one here. There's a Kebmo. It's made out of ceramic, which I keep.
Yeah, they're really nice.
They sent me two of them. The first one of them was broken.
Very,
It was like, yeah, okay, that's a good idea. Just give me a broken one. So no,
Wow.
I stopped using the glass slides because I always drop them. They break.
I would break them all the time.
That's what Steve said.
That's why I would never like get good at playing slide, because I would like inevitably break my slide every time I started to be confident enough to play it on stage and shit during songs. Be like, ah, fuck, fell off my amp again.
Well, a friend of mine,
Break.
Put it on your amp.
read in Guitar Player that Johnny Winter, one of the things he liked to use was PVC. Well, he used PV Do It for like sprinklers, which is plastic.
Yeah.
And it's like then he found out it was the galvanized metal that he was using, the metal PVC. And
Right.
but when playing on Telecaster's like ice pick in the eardrums and super with the
Super
treble
bright.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So but you play with the plastic slide, it calms it down. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
always been my tone ever
Wild.
since.
I didn't
That's
consider.
what
It's
made
so
the wood
easy,
ones.
it's so easy to move.
Steve has
you
a
know?
metal one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
made the
I
wood
have-
ones.
I have a
Cool.
big brass one that
I would
it's
try
just
that.
heavy.
That'd be cool. It
I
probably has
made
the
the
same
wood
effect.
ones out of Gidgee because it's extremely hard, but it does calm down the note. If you're getting
Wild.
too much sizzle, it
Yeah.
sort of calms it down. But most people want the sizzle, so I didn't sell many of them.
It's a neat idea though for really bright guitars, especially like a Tele or
Yeah.
or
Oh,
a
a Telecaster is
Jaguar
like
or
a piece
something.
of bloody wood. Telecasters are 2x4 with strings on it. They're horrible guitars. I mean, they sound okay, but you can't play them. You put a slide on them, yeah, cool. You can play slide on a Telecaster.
Fuck yeah.
The plastic
Hey,
the plastic
it'll
slide is
play
really
beauty.
good for doing this lick. Is it to kind of cuts back on the overtones, so you don't really hear
Yeah.
what's going on behind the slide. Because my hands are all fucked up. I can't put my finger down to mute the string, so I just leave them all.
Yeah, you just tie a bandana around the end of the guitar so the open strings don't shout out.
My hands are totally screwed. I can't even, I can't use my fingers that well. And then I always played slide, and I thought, well, why can't I play slide?
Right.
So I started playing slide guitar, and I was like, fucking, I'm just gonna play slide.
You got a hand like Django Reinhardt.
I can't play chords anymore.
Right.
I used to know all kinds of really neat blues stuff, and I had a friend of mine taught me all this stuff. I mean, I have an electronic drum set here, but I don't really play the drums that much anymore. So
That's a
I
shame.
got 'em. No, I mean I got them. It's fucking my son.
Strings.
My son teaches one of the top drum corps in the country. So I don't need the drum. He's got that.
I'd like to play along, but the lag would be just stupid.
Yeah, the lag is
All I
like
can play is an open. I mean, I can play in standard tuning, but I'm not that good at standard tuning. But that's why I have to have several guitars. I got one in E, and then this one's in D, and then my Telecaster is in standard tuning. So if I need to do that, but I can't really play any chords.
Me and Yoda tried to play, and it's like nightmarish, like weird, like at least like 5 seconds in between,
Yeah.
like you hear each thing.
Yeah, I think you could do it if the person with the most lag acts as the click track.
Yeah,
And then you got to each play as the next most lag until you got the person with the least lag.
That's why you play out jazz, man. You can play whatever the fuck you want in out jazz.
yes, you could
why I
play
got
space
into it.
music all day
This-
together, and it
this had
sounds
this
fucking great.
Bass player who used to be a bike messenger in New York City, and he went there just to play jazz. He played this fretless bass, and he played all this.
Look at
cool
our
outlandish
leader.
stuff. He taught us to play in circles. And me and my friend, we were total Zappa fiends, and we had no schooling. And these other guys were all really Ivy schooled musicians. And, one's a principal trumpet for an orchestra now, and the other guy teaches at Berkeley Jazz School and shit. But we didn't. And he said that me and my friend were doing better than the other two guys were. And it was his contact.
Yeah.
It was fun, man.
Zappa was a very steep learning curve, I got to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
that's great.
There's things that they play that I'm just like, no fucking, how the fuck do you do that? Like, I can't count that. I can't do it. I fall off every time, like I don't know.
Yeah, I love the time
It's
signatures.
training, you know what I mean? Training to hear in that way and to count that way and be able to process.
You can learn. You can
that
teach
way.
yourself.
I've
people say
taught
that-
myself all that I can do now. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's fucking so daunting. Like certain time signatures just like fuck me right over.
Well,
because he does all 11/8 and shit like that.
Oh yeah, it's great. We did in the drum corps. We had to do this one part where we were marching in 7/8, but we were playing in 19/8, and the horn line was playing in 7/8 and marching in 19/8, and then we switch. It's in
Walking
yeah.
algebra fucking problem. Jesus.
Good if you can do it.
And then there was a part where they did 21/8, so it goes 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1. And that was how we had to count. And my part was
2s and 3s.
Because I had to play a big tempo.
1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 5 and a 7. So
Yeah,
and that's a 12. So and then you can put a 3/4 over it.
This happened. I'm going, okay, I understand this stuff. After a while, you hear so much of it, you develop like I don't know how to explain it. It's like when you get like a peripheral vision, and like you don't really look at anything, you just kind of look at everything.
Yeah.
And you just like keep everything kind of blurry, but you can see anything that moves. Because I had to develop that sense when I was a bike messenger or die. So, and I was talking to a football player about it. I didn't even know who he was, and I'm telling him Joe Montana, and I'm talking to him. I'm going, yeah, man, I'm a bike messenger. I think what Montana does, that's what he does. And he's like, yeah, and he's looking at his wife like, get a load of this fucking guy, and I'm all drunk, And we were talking about football, and then we started talking about hockey, and he liked the Pittsburgh Penguins, and then he walks down the street, and I shake his hand. Oh, hey, nice to meet you. And this guy comes down. I go back in the restaurant, and this guy comes in. Oh, I just met Joe Montana. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe the shit that I said to him. I'll bet he remembers it though.
Fucking wild.
Yeah.
That's like time travel, Popeye. Like if you can do that, you're like a fucking time lord. You can predict fucking predictive shit, and fucking how it's gonna go before it even fucking jumps.
Well, it just gets the muscle memory, though.
Also that.
And it wasn't like I was I wasn't into that kind of stuff, I mean, I was getting into fusion and stuff, but I didn't really understand it as well I'm 15 years old and I make the Acorn. They're having me play all this, insane shit. And then Billy Cobham comes to one of our practices because he marched in the Skyliners with one of the horn instructors, the guy who did the Imperial Margarine. That's the Frank Doherty. And so then Billy Cobham comes and he just talked with us, played stuff, and he broke my heart, man. He said he didn't like our snare drummers. He didn't like they were playing traditional grip, with the left hand different. He said, I don't like the way you guys do that. I was like, man, fucking dude said that right to us.
Like, fuck you, Billy Cobham.
And then our top snare drummer, he played his solo for him, and he turns around and he goes. And it was the proudest moment, man. And now that dude is the director of the percussion there. And he's been there for about 40 years now.
There's a fucking serious talent there.
Yeah, it's great, man. I love it. And it's just a family thing. And the whole I don't know how to explain it. The whole attitude, people try to figure out what is the mindset of this particular corps. And it's like, we want to be better than last year's, we want to be better than all the other ones that came before us. We don't give a shit about the competition. We want to be better than, that's why they win all the time. I don't know, I guess.
They fucking rehearse. They just fucking shed that shit and fucking.
Oh shit, the corps in the East Coast rehearse even more. And like the cadets and over in Allentown, shit, man, they make a mistake and they have them out there like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. They don't give them any days off. And then my drum corps, they give them days off.
It's a bit intense.
It's fun. They have a fun time doing it though. It's like their whole, that's what it is. Their whole attitude is like, yeah, we're going to kick your ass, but we're going to have fun doing it. Where the East Coast corps are like, you make a mistake, and they make them to humiliate the members in front of everybody, and you got to do push-ups and all this shit. Instead in here on the West Coast, they'll make a joke about it, and it's like everybody's laughing, and you always remember what the joke was. You don't remember, it's like you get yelled at. You don't remember what you got yelled at for. You just remember you got yelled at. But if somebody that makes a significant joke that you'll remember, you're walking home and you just start laughing and you think about that joke that they were telling you. And then after, and then I went and cooked on them because they were playing Frank Zappa. And fucking as soon as the tour was over, a friend of mine calls my mom's house and says, hey, come on, work up in Lake Tahoe. It's really easy to get a job up there. Turns out my chef was exactly like that drum instructor, and just, man, it's my first day on the line. I'm like, oh, and I go like this. He goes, come on, man, you just spit on a fucking guy's sandwich. I mean, he would just say things the way that you were like, oh yeah, instead of yelling at you for something. It's great. It's real positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement works wonders in the workplace.
Yeah, so I figured, well, if I get half, I end up having kids, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't want to have kids, But if I'm going to do it, I want to do it like that, I had fun, man. It was great, and I got the sweetest text. Like today, I was having a really hard time with my insurance, and also today I get this text from my daughter, like, "Thank you for the way I raised you." The text that, every parent wants to get. I was like, damn, but it's so weird that like anytime things bad happen to me, something really good happens too, and I just remember the good stuff. I got hit by a car and broke my collarbone and fractured 2 of these in my hands, and all this. I was sitting in the hospital, and I was just glad that my kids came to see me. I don't know.
Yeah, I bet.
Just learn
How long ago was that, Popeye?
Huh?
How long ago was that?
Oh, that was in 2010.
Well,
And then in 2016, I had a stroke. So then I applied for disability. No questions asked. They just, boom, 5 months. Here you go.
Good.
Didn't have to go to court or anything. They said, yeah, you got it. Because I got a DVD of my all my records for 10 years. It was, it was perfect data. So.
Well, you're still playing some pretty good slide, I've got to say. I was enjoying it.
I wanted to play some little snare drum riffs on the table here, but it would wake the walls here are thin, so it would wake everybody up. But I want to play to what you're doing on that whistle. That that stuff just
I got a whistle. I don't have one of mine because as soon as I finish them, I've got to send them away. But I've got a cheap one here. Yeah.
I love that stuff. Yeah, the tale of Tier Nanaga.
What was that?
I like 9/8. I like the 9/8 rhythms there, Popeye. We always end up on 9/8.
The thing
What
about
is it?
doing the time signature stuff, I was terrible when I had to count.
Leo
I
goes
couldn't do it,
crazy
but if I
when
just
you
heard it,
play.
I played along with it, because I never learned how to read.
Yeah,
Back then in the 70s, it was like you didn't really have to learn how to read. They'll speak it to you. How does that part go? Take it. Oh, okay, yeah. So I never, my instructor was kind of a dick, and he got lost in. I was 9 years old. He gives me a book. Here, learn this. And of course, my older brother, he was taking drum lessons from the same guy, so he wouldn't help me learn how to read. I come back the next week, and it's like, what the fuck? You didn't learn anything. Here, get this record. So I got this record of this guy named Frank Arshall plays the 26 standard American drum rudiments. So they break down all 26 rudiments, and at the end, they had like 6 solos, 3 snare solos, and then 3 solos with accompaniment with a bass drum. So I just learned it all from heart to heart.
Yeah. So some people can't learn by dots, and some people can only play with dots. I find the people that don't use dots tend to be good at improv and can get into the melodies a lot quicker.
That's how I learned how to play by rote instead, by memorizing. I mean, our parts were you had to memorize. It was like a 10-minute. Back then it was 13 minutes. Now it's like 11 and a half. But it was 13 minutes of material that you had to learn, and it was like you had all year to learn it. That's the guys, they go out in the field with a microphone and they critique your show. And then at the end of the show, they have a lag between the awards, and they tell them, all right, here's what you guys did wrong, and what you need to do to fix your show. And at the end of the year, they have the finals. It used to be in different cities, but now it's stationed in Indianapolis. And then they judge them on the perfection of their music. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
It's the music.
And
It's
then,
music.
you know, and then when I know
Oh.
from all over the country that I've never even met, you know, if I run across them at a show or something, it's like we talk like we were all best buddies and stuff, you know, even though we competed against each other, you know. And it's starting to be like this with all the chats and the, you know, and all the places that we go to. It's kind of the same thing.
It's a great life, if
Yeah.
you've
I
met
think
it.
that it's
I'm just looking at that
Just watching the comments.
on the couch there. That's pretty cool.
I wanted to say, "Ooh, I just got a big book on
Well, she's gone, but the painting behind where she was sitting is really cool.
You do that above the big here. You can hit it there with the book. Oh, that's us down the loo. I shouldn't do that because apparently they breed down there, and pretty soon you have huge flocks of evil-smelling soiled budgies flying out of people's toilets, infringing on their personal freedom."
That was my youth, man. Like from junior high into the high school, we would go down to the school. It was like a block away. The junior high was a block away, so we'd go down there at nighttime and we'd smoke weed. And we'd have a glow in the dark frisbee that we'd use to roll up the weed in. But we used that as a cover to tell our mom, "Oh, we're gonna go play nighttime frisbee and make sure the frisbee is real bright so we can see it." And then we'd come home stoned and watch Monty Python. And when my mom had cancer, she goes, "I knew you guys were smoking pot." It was funny, man.
I want to play a little clip for you guys.
Play a clip. Oh, it's Tweedle.
Mr. Dorotto. I know, I love these guys.
Tweedle.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and make that bigger.
I set Al Wilson free. Okay. Good.
Oh man, the chats on here is so much easier to read.
Today we're singing about WikiLeaks. I utterly detest WikiLeaks.
What do you does?
How come? They prematurely eradicated my wet dream of President Hillary Clinton and First Lady Bill. Well, at least you ended up with the Dementor in Chief Joe Brandon. Don't be mean, Toidle, or I'll have you demonetized. I've never even been monetized. Then I'll have your coolest comments shadow banned. They already are, though. Then I'll have your channel removed. But then you'll disappear with me. Totally worth it. That's fine. I'll just head over to Rumble, Telegram, Gab, BitChute, Odyssey, Parler, Whoa, wait a second. We need you here at the Ministry of Truth. Like as a scapegoat? Or an effigy? Yeah, that sounds about right. Wait, so why is the MSM applauding Hagen for exposing Facebook while other far more profound whistleblowers are being demonized? That's because Hagen's either willfully or unwittingly promoting our agenda. We get to publicly chastise the all-powerful big tech oligarchy for their half-baked community guideline efforts. You mean just basic common censorship? When you put it that way, you sound like a green supremacist. I'm green and proud. Green is beautiful. You're an otter pain in my ass. That songs. My poor Juliet songs. They made an example out of you. That songs. Please stay strong. You're the only living martyr I ever knew. Screw your martyrs infinitely if they threaten to expose our war atrocities. Need to know basis is for us, not for thee. Nothing to see here, sheep, just go back to sleep. Crimes of hacking and espionage not be taken lightly. Julian's songs, Julian's songs. Oh, how long the day you get to go back home. Clearly, the U.S. government cannot simply allow Assange to walk. Otherwise, people like James O'Keefe from Project Veritas will feel reaffirmed in their mission to expose alleged injustices. So you're saying investigative journalism needs to be systematically rooted out? Think of them less as journalists and more as spineless spies threatening the very fabric of our precious totalitarianism. You mean authoritarianism?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're pretty hardcore, aren't they?
Yeah. They are, for sure.
Yeah, they're not like 100% on point, but they're pretty fucking close, and they're roundabouts. Like they miss some things and get all the other things. So that's it's pretty high percentage rate, I would reckon.
I like that they're just full on.
Yeah,
they're not holding back, and they're not self censoring or politically correct in any way, shape, or form. I like that. I really like that.
And I don't agree with everything they say, but I will stand up for the right for what they do say. Whether I agree with someone or not, I will stand up for the right to what they want to say and what they want to express. And that's
but they're funny, and that's why I like the juice media, because they're pretty much the same. They don't pull their things. They call a cunt.
Yeah, exactly. That is the thing. I'll anybody's a fucking wants to say whatever they want to say. If I think they're a cunt, I'm gonna tell them they're a cunt, and if I'm wrong, well, sorry. Let's fucking evolve from there. Prove to me you're not a cunt. Okay.
You get it in your face straight away, and so it all gets settled, doesn't it, one way or another?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but when our president calls somebody a stupid son of a bitch, wait a minute,
but everybody loses their mind because Joe said you stupid son of a bitch. What the fuck, dude?
But he said pussy.
But he's he's
a
president. And he should be. He's an old fuck who shouldn't be president. But because he is, you would think they would give him like the fucking pass because you're an old fucker. Like, when I get to be an old fucker, I'm going to tell people exactly what the fuck I think, and get the fuck out of my yard, you little fucker, whatever.
Right,
what I mean?
What
like
card?
That's because how I am.
The way I am.
Oh, which card we got here? I can't.
It's temperance.
I got hit by a car, and then 6 years later, I got a stroke too.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I don't care.
Temperance, the balance of earth and water.
Yeah, I don't remember as much about the car. I used to be more, knowledgeable, but I don't know as much as I used to. So what is that card?
Temperance. It's one of the major arcana. It's very important, and it's got to do with balance and not drinking too much. Stuff like that. I mean, very, very important card, that one, in my opinion.
Not doing anything of too much. Just acceptance is what it means. Accepting what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not trying to change it or push it, just accepting where we're at.
Yes, but acknowledging
that makes a lot of sense.
It as well.
Yep.
Yeah. It's nice. Very appropriate.
It is.
It goes along with peace.
Which we definitely need more of.
I don't know. I think it has its own way of working itself out. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of starting to feel like people are just. I'm talking to a lot of people, like at the store, that I wouldn't normally talk to. I'm talking to neighbors that I never ever spoke to since I moved in here.
Good.
How are you guys doing?
Good. Very good.
It's like
We all need to do that.
Yeah, everybody needs to talk to everybody, man. Fucking talk it out.
If they don't agree with you, then that's fine.
Exactly. If you can't come to some kind of fucking middle ground somewhere where you can be like, you know what, you're a fucking asshole, but you're all right, and just go back home then. You know what I mean? You don't have to interact with that person again. But I think everybody should talk to everybody at least once to establish, You know, how do I have a, you know, let's have a rapport, you know, like,
No, yeah.
I'm
I
a
mean,
human too. I live in this fucking space on the planet next to you, you
I
know,
went
like,
over to some friend's house, to a friend of mine's house yesterday, just to watch football. And a bunch of people I really don't agree with, but you know, I mean,
There's another
we're high
angle.
school friends, so it's like, you know, we smoked a couple of joints and ate some, you know, whatever.
There's another angle to the temperance card, and that is that it's the same rain that falls on all our heads.
yeah,
It's the same rain.
exactly.
That's a
Very
good.
equal, I
Yeah.
think.
This is cool. I like this. I like the, you know, the card reading. It's really nice. They always like suit. They always like fit like whatever's happening, and it's always like, damn, you know. It's just pretty amazing how that happens.
I read cards for a couple of years.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just, you know, I was between jobs and I just hung a shingle.
ooh, what card do we have now?
Wheel of Fortune. And
Ooh,
yeah.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, what goes around comes around. You won't be forever, or you might be at the top now, but you're not going to be there forever either. And it's got the 4 elements around it, which is important. So yeah, I eventually started reading clouds.
Did you say you're reading clouds? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I started reading clouds. You know, because they're a little bit more subtle than cards. But you know, I'm don't want to go down that road too far.
Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit of an echo too.
Yeah, it could be me. Or maybe I've got things too loud here.
Does everybody have their YouTube muted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned it off completely.
Yeah, my tube's down. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't hear it too much. Is it really loud, guys?
Yeah, that's probably.
I don't hear any echo at all.
Okay.
How's that? I've just moved my mic back away from my
I hear
speaker.
somebody's stereo in the background.
Oh yeah, I might have been too close or something.
I should get some headphones, hey, and a hoodie like Mr. Wilson. You know, have the headphones on.
I wanted to wear the outfit that Yona has with the little.
Here, is that?
Yeah.
There's Mr. Wilson with his headphones. Or wait, this one. This one's probably better. There we go. With the crazy eyeballs.
Yeah, look, I hope he gets out of that. It sounds like a bloody nightmare.
What happened? Did they re-up the emergency today, or?
I'm quite sure they did, or they're going to in the next couple of days, because they ain't letting that shit fucking go away.
But they're not reporting it. Oh Jesus! This is just
ironic, huh? It's an emergency, but we're not going to report it. Okay, that's all.
No, go see.
Don't worry about it, but worry about it. Okay.
Let's see what.
So which emergency are we talking about? There's always 2 or 3 going on at any particular time. we talking about World War III or Mr. Wilson, or are we talking about COVID, or are we talking about climate change? Or no,
We're talking
they're
about.
not saying anything on Yahoo News, so that's.
We're talking about.
Oh, what card do we have now? What is
the
this
Wilson
one?
climate emergency of COVID?
What is that
is that
one?
the 2 of wands, or the 3?
So, former Miss USA jumps to her death from New York City skyscraper.
Yeah, I saw that. That's always very suspect.
Very suspect looking.
Wow, there's really not much COVID porn on here.
What card is
on
that one?
Yahoo.
I don't know.
Get
One
my
of the
mail on
ones.
Yahoo. It's like some of the shit that I see on.
Oh, the night of ones. What?
It's always Schadenfreude. You know, like he was an anti-vaxxer, but now he got COVID and he died. It's like, so you're celebrating that?
Yeah.
I just can't understand that, man.
I mean, there's an op-ed in the paper in Boston
It's
about
the
the
night
guy
of
who's with
wands.
the heart thing.
Yeah.
He's got a heart condition, beat COVID twice, but he can't get the operation.
So there's 2 different paths you can take.
because he's not vaccinated.
Like,
So that one's about two
Knight of
paths.
Wands is action in emotion, explosive action in emotion. It can be, like sex or just a lot of emotional action going on. I don't know
I see
this.
that right now, definitely. Like think about like the truckers that are out there. They're taking an action and a path, and that's a lot of emotion that's behind all that for everybody.
It's
You
like
know?
a Y in a road. You can go
like the
one
Y in a
direction or other direction.
Yeah, but with the Knight of Wands, there's always a sexual element to it.
Oh, okay.
Like the person that I personify as the Knight of Wands is Russell Brand, because he seduces everybody.
Yeah.
And he uses the sexual energy, and it's pure Knight of Wands stuff with that guy,
Knight of Wands stuff. I like it.
Yeah, well, it's
I know how to identify people who make me feel that way, like other guys that like, hey, dude, you got that vibe, like fucking Knight of Wands over there.
That's a Knight of Wands. Yeah, you can tell me
action.
in code.
Yeah. Well, the ones are always about getting shit done, doing stuff whether it's needed or not, and the Knight is sort of like it's fire of fire. Because the Knight is the fire.
Everyone.
Sorry.
Happy winter of death, everyone.
Happy winter.
Message from Joe Biden.
Riley said that dude is sexy, and I'm not into dudes.
Biden's dark winter, yeah.
It's like that charisma, he draws you in with that like charisma and that, it's confidence too. Confidence is very sexy and attractive, in people. That's why certain people, people are drawn to certain
You want to see the deal breaker with all my online dating right here. My Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Just say ninja.
I just noticed that on the back.
Oh fuck yeah!
They're Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, it was actually my son's blanket when he was a kid. I don't want
Heroes in a half shell.
So I put it because my chair's getting all, it's like the fake nog hide starts peeling off. So I put it on there to make it nice and comfortable.
Heroes in a half shell.
I think what I like about Russell Brand too is sometimes I really think his takes are freaking idiotic, but it's because he's real and authentic about what he's saying. Like in that means more to me. You can be authentically freaking wrong, but if you can be honest when you figure out that you were wrong.
Well, that in his voice, he just does so many great voices. It's like,
oh yeah, and he is so fast. He is so incredibly fast.
Yeah, really.
Three of Cups, the party, the big piss up, the great party, the meeting of the minds.
Oh, so does that mean we're just gonna? We're gonna get through this. We're gonna take one path or the other, and we're gonna get through this.
Well, that's kind of the right. That's kind of the prophecy that Yona was telling us about. That's the deal.
The Hopi prophets.
Yeah, it's like
look to me, three of Cups is like this YouTube channel. It is. It's the meeting of the minds, the party. It's celebration. And it's all about feeling, which is cups, and and so it's got a very strong female element to it, which is good, which is leveling, and that's what that card's about.
That's cool.
And it's
weird how that.
What if she pulled the three of B cups?
Yeah, don't you got a bigger cup?
I've never really been a booby guy. I don't know.
It's a celebration for us as people together, standing together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we will get through this together. We will.
Recognize that. That's beautiful.
So Horror Unicorn says
idiots.
There's a long drive home, and we have to entertain him.
Does it smell like teen spirit up in there? Yo, where's all that?
I don't know what happened to Yona. Maybe Yona went to bed. I texted him.
No, I think Yona has to work.
He might be just sleeping in his chair right now.
I forget what Chad,
can
he
log
was
on
talking
and-
about working on like the next couple of days, I think.
Yeah, he had just gotten
This
home.
is my crystal.
It's pretty amazing that we all seem to catch each other all in the same chats.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is
The
weird how
crystal.
that happens.
Oh, what kind of crystal is it?
A bunch of different
Is it a
people.
quartz or?
It's like
This
quartz.
crystal actually, once I got it from my teacher,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Is it pink? Oh no, it's clear quartz, right?
No, it's bad if it goes pink.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh yeah, that is
I got this from my teacher that
Oh,
taught me
that's
tarot, and I started to learn astrology from him. But then I started to pick up on astrology after that, after I met him, just on my own.
nice.
That's awesome. Do you do other like healing work or anything like that? Like I'm a Reiki practitioner, so
I don't understand Reiki, but
No?
I think it works, but I don't know it.
yeah, you have to be like you have to go through an attunement with it. So like basically they open up your chakras and
But
they
I've seen like paranormal
Mhm.
activities and stuff. I've seen them as a young child. Then after that, I couldn't see them anymore.
Yona
was
did fall
weird.
asleep on the stream once. That's funny.
Tends to happen like that.
That'll happen.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Yeah, like when you put down a plate on the table and it lifts up and just dives onto the floor.
I've seen some crazy shit.
That's some wacky shit.
I was
I've
actually
seen some
talking about
crazy
That was
shit.
my
falling
mom's
asleep.
house in Seattle. They had ghosts all around. My sisters said that they cooked for them and stuff, and I was like,
That's fucking wild, dude. I don't know. The only time I've ever seen anything that I couldn't really explain was, you know, on
yeah,
on DMT. Like, I've definitely talked to other entities in a different fucking space.
I don't
in a
claim to
different
know
realm.
anything.
But
Me and my brother saw UFOs.
that's
We
the
were
shit that I
night
remember.
fishing illegally in the reservoir in town, and we didn't have any fishing poles, and the guys that did were busy, and we're looking for shooting stars. My brother goes, "Look, stereo," and there were two like shooting stars right directly opposite, and then they just went off in a bunch of different directions. And then when we got home that night, my cousin, who is a scientist or some engineer for NASA, said was on the news that there were UFOs coming from Gilroy, and that was the direction it was coming from. So, yeah.
Is that one the King of Swords?
The King of Swords.
Yes.
Yeah, master of communication and thinking.
Mm.
It's sort of like the earth of air, or the resource of communication, thinking.
Kind of like our mutual aid for our soul here.
And very often you draw these royal cards, and they mean people. You know, it depends on the reading. If the reading is about people, they very accurately represent people around the person, the subject. You know, but if you're just doing like a blank reading like this, it's very it's a bit more ethereal. And like King of Swords is the master of communication and thinking. Code. So a King of Swords will come up in a reading. You might be talking about a programmer or somebody who's in media, who's famous, or somebody who is very well spoken, or that sort of thing. The swords are always to do with communication and thinking. Ego, very much ego.
Is it about like your ego in general, or is it like letting go of ego? Like, is there anything specific?
No, it's got to do with the role of ego. Ego is in communication, as in.
I gotta go to sleep, you guys. It's getting late for me.
Thanks for hanging out.
And
with
you
us.
guys are on the
Dude,
East Coast, man.
Great to see you, man.
We are East
Yeah,
Coast.
see you
We're
guys
late
later.
night East Coasters.
We're late night East Coasters.
Night, Popeye.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I didn't really want to do tarot. It's one of my secret skills.
That's dope.
Yeah, Oz like tells us all of his secret things. Like, look at this pile of paper here that I have. This is
Ooh,
what
I like that.
Oz wants me to read. And man, I printed it out because I was like, wow, it's a lot. And I was like, okay. And I'm starting to read it. And I'm like, Steve, seriously, listen to this like one part. I'm like, holy shit. We're gonna
When
have
I was
a really
writing that,
cool show based on that.
I wanted to entitle it "Stating the Bleeding Obvious," but I gave it an academic name instead.
Oh, we got a new card.
Judgment. Yeah, that's way up to the back. That's card number. Is that 20? No, that's 20. Yeah, that's 20, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, Judgment. Day of Judgment. Yeah, and it means exactly what it says, judgment. And it can mean discerning, or it can mean judgment. It depends what it turns
The
up with.
establishment is going to be judged.
Well, it refers to the day of judgment when the dead are called from their graves, yeah? And all of the ghosts come up and bear witness to their lives on this earth and get sorted out.
The establishment will be judged by the people, and the people will win.
Yeah, well,
they're
it depends.
they're certainly challenging the establishment in Canada right now.
Man, I
surrounding
really
the
hope
Capitol
that
with
that
trailer
catches
trucks.
on.
And
I want the U.S. truckers to like go meet up with the
Stop them.
Canadian
That's going to be
truckers.
around
That'd be
the
good, yeah.
world.
I'd like to see that.
They would put a stop to it because it's going to make everybody fucking hungry. Because the trucks don't go to the stores, you don't get no food. And that's
No, they can work it out between themselves. They don't all have to be delivering.
Nope.
They could do a slowdown, or your truck. It takes a lot
Forget
of
about
energy.
Davos. We're going to have our own
They do have power.
real establishment judgment.
Yeah,
Well,
well, cocksuckers in Davos.
Like
are
the new
fucking judged.
Nuremberg like code. Are we gonna have like Nuremberg like trials, but it's gonna be like all over?
Well, judgment in this card is an absolute. It's a cosmic thing because this is one of the most major cards. It's sort of like you say this is the God of judgment. So, I mean, if they let Julian Assange free, he'd be like this.
Yeah.
But they're not going to let him free.
No.
I
don't see it.
But I think in this context, it's got to do with people actually dropping all their excuses and
This
facing
has been
the
coming in the
reality.
astrology for a long time. We're going to prevail. We're going to make it. And it's going to be a whole new place to live in and a better place to live in for sure.
Ultimately, yeah.
We need more people to just stand up and say no more. We have to, and then say, "Fuck you! We don't need your freaking your borders or your states or whatever it is." And this is our land. This is our sovereign land, and we're gonna take it, and we're gonna do our own thing, and we're gonna grow our freaking food, and we're gonna take care of, you know what I mean? Take care of our own here in our own community, and we'll have, people from all walks.
I'm Nostradamus, and I see a giant booger coming down the
road. Nostradamus. So what is this one? Seven of coins.
Seven of coins, yeah. That's
a lot of weight.
Seven of coins is imbalance of payments, so the rich and the poor. Yeah.
That is happening.
How amazing is this card reading? Like it's all like right in sync.
I think.
Well, that's how I always read it. It's the imbalance. There's 4 on one side, 3 on the other side. It's imbalance of payment, basically.
I think the only way that society can be started again and be successful is if everybody recognizes the fact that all the things on the earth are of equal value.
Actually, you don't need very much.
And community.
That's what the 7 of coins tells you, is that nobody really needs very much. We all have what we need, and everybody is got to understand that being greedy is not going to help anybody. It's just going to make it worse for everyone. We
Yeah,
all have what
it's
we
already
need.
worse.
We
It's
have
already
what
there.
we need right now, and
The
we
thing
can't
about
push each other to get something or steal or rob from each other or all these other things that are happening. It's just gotta go.
Yeah, we can do so much better working together. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
the thing is that when you pull more than one card, they start talking to each other, and like if we're talking about imbalance of resource, which is what this card's about, there's 3 on one, 4 on the other, impossible to divide them, and so there's the rich and the poor, and then you put that in context of the temperance of the same rain falling on everyone's heads. So there's a bit of insight in that.
and we need to also remember that money only holds value if we all hold value to it. You know what I mean? If we were like, whatever, Elon Musk, you don't have any money. It's not worth anything to us. We're not going to be part of that. And we are going to do our own thing. Then his money is worth nothing. You know what I mean? He can only be the richest person if, you know what I mean? Like, he shouldn't have that. We're like, okay, well, we're not doing your money anymore. We're going to barter this way instead of bartering with the dollar that's ruining us.
Yeah. Well, you see, I keep trying to tell people, and it took me a long time to come to this understanding of what money is. Money is claims. It's claims on value. If I take $1 up to the shop, I can go and claim a loaf of bread, right? That's what my money is good for. Mind you, the loaf of bread is now $1.40 in the last couple of months. So, we've got a bit of inflation going on. But see, Elon Musk, so he's got like $200 billion on paper, whatever. I mean, none of these people actually have that much money.
Yeah, no, it's just numbers.
It's an on paper thing, and but they have that claim. And who is Elon Musk to say that he's got $2 billion more claim on this life than I do?
Yeah.
Who is he? Who's this Jeff Bezos who says that he's got 200 billion, 300 million, trillion more claim to be on this earth than I do?
Because we allow it.
There's something wrong with the claim. The claim is bogus. And this is how we overthrow these rich bastards, saying, we don't recognize your claim.
Yeah. That's how it changes.
2 of Cups.
It fucking changes all at once.
Ooh, the 2 of Cups.
It often means a marriage, or or being having mixed emotions. It can mean.
Yeah, it looks like it's uniting because of the way that their arms are crossing.
Of different waters. The joining of different waters. That's why it can be a marriage, particularly if it turns up with the. I think there's a marriage card, isn't there? The twins or something.
See, some of it's coming back for me, but I haven't done it in so long.
Because that happens because the Ace of Cups is the beginning, the heart or the well of feeling, the origin of feeling. The next card is the 2, is where the waters divide and come together. And then
Riley
the 3 before is when it properly all comes together in 3 and you get an accord. But the 2 is the parting. It's the 2 ways of feeling, and then it comes together in the 3. And with the tarot, there's this sort of weaving that goes on between the odd and the even. It goes active, passive, active, passive, active, passive. And so all of the odd numbers are active and the even ones are passive. It's interesting, and you can equate it to your left hand, right hand, and like giving.
Okay, I'm done now. I don't want to.
Giving can become forcing.
My energy is draining.
Accepting can become stealing.
You know
what I mean? Yeah, these cards make you think. They certainly take you through your mind because they were designed to actually describe parts of how human life
have
works.
some love cards. I'll bring the love cards.
Yeah, let's have a look.
have some
I have
love cards.
a set of unicorn and mermaid and fairy cards that are just kind of like, you can do them as a traditional layout like that, or sometimes I just shuffle them and see what comes out. And they're usually pretty spot on. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. What's his name? Edward De Bono had this sort of corporate brainstorming thing called wearing 6 hats. And he had 6 colors hats that you had to
in romance.
to break you out of your habitual mindsets. But the tarot's got 78 hats, and it's a lot finer analysis, in my opinion.
Did you see what
lovers?
Did you see what Riley asked you?
I happen to have a French guy that just hangs around here sometimes. My boyfriend.
Just a random French guy. It's my boyfriend.
I can give you a Reuben strain.
We speak French, but he's from North Africa.
That's awesome.
These are really cool because they have gold on the the gold.
Oh, one of mine has that like that.
Nice.
I think my
These
unicorn
are like romance cards. They're all about love and romance. Stupid.
That's awesome. See, it's awesome when we had Shadow Banded the Jack on and Mona and everybody and
so I'm gonna pull like
Sleepy.
out of the middle.
They had no idea that OZwhistles actually meant a whistle, not whistling.
This is the one that came out.
I have enjoyed the ambiguity.
Sorry, it came out upside down.
Oh, we're upside down on it. Let's see. What is it?
Past life relationships.
Okay. Yeah.
We have known each other before. That definitely, I feel like that's kind of how all of us like come together. I feel like it's not like nice
We're
to meet
fam,
you. It's
right?
like, yeah, it's like nice to see you again because our souls know each other.
Lovely. Yeah, I like that feeling. And we've all had that, haven't we? Yeah?
I can't believe you guys didn't have a reader before on here. I mean, all
Because we
these
were
people
reading
I've
for
met
you.
on the internet. They're all readers.
Subject doesn't always come up. A lot of people
that's
don't
why
want
it's
to be read.
organic here. It's like you never know where we're gonna go with it.
That's why my name is Insight.
Yeah, good on you.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
I don't know shit. I just read the card. Don't get mad at me for what comes out in the cards. Don't shoot the messenger.
You're like, it's not my fault.
Insight
I
doesn't
love
need
that.
to know. It just is. You either see or you don't. It's not a knowledge thing at all.
And
Not
I
really.
drink my wine.
Hey, I mean, we all got our
Yes.
things.
I got my vape. Cheers.
And I have my edibles.
Ooh.
And
We don't have them here yet.
he's not here tonight. My friend is not here tonight. He's at home.
Oh, Wes, you have a good night.
You know, Wes.
Riley
How
said,
often do you guys like get together on a stream like this?
oh gosh, like all the time, like several times a week usually. Different times, like during the day and the night, and sometimes we stay up all night. It's a lot of fun. And then Steve does them too, where he does the music streams. So that's like a lot of fun.
And like Riley's trying to get coffee to come out my nose, but I don't have any coffee. But he's doing a good job of it. I tell you what, it's cracking me up like that.
Are you like in the Northeast or something?
Yeah, we're in Connecticut right now, but I'm actually from Washington State.
Oh, you're from Washington State?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's where I'm from. I'm from Everett, but I've lived all over the country.
Oh yeah, I live in Camino Island right now, but I don't think it will be forever.
It's so beautiful there, though. Like, being able to be out by the water and see, like, the whales and the orcas and stuff. It's just, you don't get that here. I'd have to go up to Cape Cod and go out on a boat to see that. But when I was out there, it was like, you could be in freaking Seattle and see orcas. It's like, that's amazing to me. It's just so beautiful there, the rainforest, and like, oh, we're gonna go back out that way. We're gonna do
I'm
some
trying to
tour.
move to the peninsula where Shanda's at. Shanda's kind of like out on the peninsula, and I like it out there. And so does my boyfriend. We both like it out there, and he's a contractor, so he can go wherever he wants. He
That's
can do work
awesome.
in Seattle and take the ferry, home, whatever. And I work in a casino,
Oh
so I can
yeah, yeah.
do any casino work.
The casinos there are much smaller than they are here. I remember, at least with the ones that I went to. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember the one that we went to. This was a long, long time ago. But it was crazy. We went there. We're like, oh, we'll go get something to eat, and it was just the casino. And I'm like, where's the restaurants and the hotel and like the venues? Because we live near Mohegan Sun and Foxwoods Casino, and they're like some of the largest casinos. They have their own zip code. I mean, like, you could go to that casino and live there and never leave. Like, they have a spa and a hotel and restaurants galore. Like, they have Michael Jordan's.
It's
and
ridiculous, especially if you got a gambling problem. You'll love it.
yeah,
Fantastic.
I mean, like, they have everything. They have shops like the Coach shops and like all these, fancy, expensive things. And I'm like, it's insane to me. It's insane. I don't go to the casino. Someone always wins, and usually it's the casino.
Yeah,
One
they have
time I went to
everything
the
there. I
casino
mean,
for
we just
$40. I know, it's so happy. I never went
we
back.
work for them, and it's a hard job, really stressful.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
That's why I got into astrology and tarot, and I started to think about spirituality, and because and I went a lot to the Earth Sanctuary that's like out south Whidbey Island.
Nice.
Yeah, when you're in customer facing stuff, you really need to wash it off somehow.
Yeah.
So it gets into you, it winds you up, and that you need to get off and wash it off.
Yeah, you need your place to, like, recharge your batteries and refresh yourself, and somewhere that you can feel safe about doing it. Like, that's what I like about here is that everybody, like, like, this is our place where we support each other, and even if we don't agree, at the end of the day, we're like, I still fucking love you. Like, it's a really important thing.
I mean, agreeing is not the most important thing on this
No.
planet.
Exactly.
It's probably one of
Well, they didn't so far make us get the vaccines.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. Maybe
So
you guys will
that's
get past it.
been
I heard.
so great.
I heard that like by the end of February or something, there's like no mask, no.
But
they won't do
I
anything,
checked
maybe?
out the Everett Co-op for a job, just in case I needed to get a job and just like, get out of there. And they told me they would hire me anytime. They're like, oh, well, you're one of us. We'll hire you.
Nice.
I talked to them in the interview, and they're so nice, and they're like, you're like one of us. We really need you here. We need somebody like
So
you here.
here's-
And I'm like,
Well, that's
I
really
can't.
cool. I hope nothing happens to your
I'm
casino
working for
job.
the
But
native tribes. And as
Here's
long as they
Everett.
don't
Here's Everett, our
try to
kitty.
vax me, I'll stay working for them. But otherwise, I'm gonna get out of that, because if they try to vax me, I'm gonna get out of it.
Mm.
And it's happening to everybody.
Yeah, you got to be
Everybody's
true to
going
yourself.
through that. It's so terrible. But I have no money. I literally am broke. I
hear you.
bought my condo with cash, and I sold my house, and it made me actually less, stable and with money. But I just did it because I was like, I don't want to have to work for anybody that's going to tell me to get vaxxed. So that's why I did what I did. I sold my house and I bought this place and I used all of my retirement funds, everything I had. I had like only 60 something thousand in retirement funds plus my the money I got out of my house, which wasn't very much. And I bought this with cash and I'm like in here with an HOA. It sucks, and I'm trying to like grow pot and
Yeah.
trying to grow plants and stuff
Why not?
inside my
Yeah.
place where I
Well,
live
do it.
so
Do
that I
it.
can live. And even if they cut off everything, I can live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, it's about survival. Absolutely.
It's hard.
So this is our kitty Everett.
Everett.
His name is Everett.
You heard people say that.
Oh, he's liking that.
He's like,
Oh.
people are saying Everett.
He's really big. I think he kept hearing his name. He'll come to his name. And so he like comes strolling in like, yeah, did you call me?
So Lucky, just let me know if you can hear this little bit of music that I've got here.
Okay.
Can you hear that? Okay.
We can.
Could you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's from a thing. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'll show you what this is.
Yeah, Vicky,
There
food
we go.
co-ops are definitely awesome. Absolutely.
Okay, let's see
Bring the bone.
how this works. Okay, is that sharing? Can you see that?
I don't see it on my end.
Hang
Will
on.
you hit the share screen button? Oh, is
Yeah.
that your puppy?
Okay, let's.
Was that your puppy?
Okay, here we go. There. Well, is it coming up? You got that? Is that showing?
No, not
There's
for
a
me.
couple seconds lag between here, so I'm not sure yet.
Okay, let's.
Oh my gosh, look at that one. Look at that puppers. Oh, look at the face. Oh,
He's like, Mom, I don't want to be on TV
I
right
know.
now.
They're like, why do you always do this to us? Why do you make us look at these little things? Oh,
I hear the people in the box.
what's your dog's name?
What's your dog's name?
This is Missy.
Missy. Oh.
Missy, insight and awareness, Missy.
That's awesome. Our animals are so healing, like Leo's actually my service dog, and he brings people besides just me so much joy. Like I'll be in the store or something or walking around and people just always want to come over and say hi, and he puts a smile on their face. It's a pretty amazing thing. And it's funny, you know what? I'll remember people's dogs and animals' names before I remember their names sometimes.
Usually.
I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember their dog.
Pets make a bigger impact than a lot of people. Are you having troubles, Oz?
She likes
Sharing
her
that?
belly to be
Yeah,
rubbed.
I'm just trying to share this window, and I'm not sure how this is
So
going.
click the share thing on the bottom. You should have the same, right?
Yeah, it should be the same as us. So
Yeah.
That share screen thing on the bottom, and then you press click. What is it? Click the share the tab or whatever.
yes. And then there's
Share
one more,
screen.
One more thing after that says share tab.
So yeah, you hit share
yeah,
screen, and then you hit the Chrome tab or the window.
Okay.
I'm getting lots of kisses.
Oh,
Missy.
It's not
Missy
gonna,
doggy.
I can see the thing down here, but it won't let me select it. Okay, here we
In
go.
the tab where it says tab, you just click on the thing that you want to share in that second window that you're looking at.
Yeah, the one on the bottom. You hit the share button, and then you hit share screen, and then you have to press a third. You have to hit the window or a tab.
And it comes up with, hang on, let's try that again. Share screen. Share screen. And it shows me a tab, but I can't select it. Hang on.
I love you. You're my baby.
Let's share what I'm showing.
Well,
So sweet.
Okay, so this is what it looks like, right? And you see down here where it says share screen.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Hang on. It's I've got too many windows open, I think. Hang on. I'll try again.
So the bottom down here where it says share screen, you should have the same as us. So down here where it's highlighted blue, you click that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Hang on, I'll try again. Share screen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and screen on. Oh, hang on. Do I select StreamYard or the thing that I want to share? Or...
No, you do this in StreamYard first. You go to StreamYard and you go to
I've got that.
this right here.
Alrighty. Okay. So I've got share screen. All right. So you're seeing anything there?
I see our stream.
Okay.
Hang on. What's this down here?
So if I bring this up, does it come up? Oh yeah.
Okay, so go to the bottom and hit the. Click the screen share thing.
Yeah.
I wish my color code was working. I would be there in a flash to help you.
Share screen.
Like down here, you see where mine is, and it says share screen on the bottom. I know it's weird how it goes dong dong dong.
Yeah, and then
no.
And so when you press that, it will.
While you guys are doing all this, I'll just share this.
And
all of the planets are going to turn direct tomorrow.
Oh, they are?
They're going to turn direct. Everything's going to be direct. Mercury has been in retrograde. All the planets, most of the planets have been in retrograde. Hello, here we come. 2022.
Oh, man. I know. Is everybody like buckled in? Because I feel like this year is going to finally, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for the energy of this and the build of it. And I'm like, what is happening? It's taken so long, but I realized that we need to be able to gather our troops. You know what I mean? We need to be able to get our people together. And I feel like we should all go talk to truckers. Go to a truck stop, go to a gas station where the truckers are. Go talk to the truckers wherever you are and talk to them and find out, like, hey, are you through the grapevine kind of deal, what's happening? Are you guys planning anything? I support you.
Thanks, Trey.
So Riley said, is retrograde a bad thing? So retrograde, I feel like it's like the river flowing backwards.
Retrograde is not bad. It's not bad. It's just that everything's slower.
I feel like it goes backwards a little bit, but I don't know. It's a weird.
It looks like it goes backwards. When a planet is in retrograde, it looks like it's backwards from the rest of the planets because it's in its own orbit, but all of the other planets are also, there's a bunch of them that were retrograded as well through the summer. We're gonna see like this push forward on all the planets. It's gonna be really strange.
Is that what you wanted, Oz?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little program I wrote that plays music. Okay, so
Really?
I'll just set it up, and if it gets boring, just let me know and I'll stop it. There we go.
What?
That looks like us, right? We're just like trying to move around and go wherever we can, and they're not letting us.
They're little bunnies, and
I was gonna say they look like worker bunnies.
Worker bunnies.
Experiment?
and they're in their own little world, you know, and
Dang.
they go through phases.
That's fucking groovy.
It's very calming. It reminds me of wind chimes and kind of like a way for us to kind of like let all the stuff like fall off of us. You know, I think about it as like mud. Like we're mucky and we're dirty with all this mud on us. And it's not bad because the mud is purifying, but we need to like crack it off of us and you know, vibrate it off of us. Give ourselves a fresh start. That's such a cool thing.
Positive, funny vibration.
I know. Look at all the little bunnies. Are we all the little bunnies, guys?
Yes, I am my worst enemy. Must be.
That is the cutest use of pixels and bunnies I've seen in a long time.
It's actually a population map of rabbits in a field, and they eat the green dots.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I caught that like I don't know, a couple frames back.
And they get fat, and if there's not enough green dots, they get skinny. And the purple dots, if they get enough of those, then they can breed.
Oh.
And the grey ones are sort of like technology that makes them go faster. It changes their colour. So they're all sort of having a bit of a dark ages at the moment because they're all white.
That's really cool.
And the different notes have got to do with what they're doing. So every time they eat something, it makes a note. And the piano note is a bunny is born, and a bass note is a bunny dies.
Wow.
Oh, that's fucking complicated as fuck. I love it.
It goes on forever. I set this one up. It never actually ends. And, they oscillate. They sort of go boom, bust, and
right.
Anyway, but yeah, it's a little program I wrote, and
fucking meta ecosystem of bunnies.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
it puts things into perspective too. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like the same thing that's happening with us, right? Like we have to have the food to eat, to reproduce, to, you know, to keep going. But it's like capitalism throws all these different things in there that are toxins to us. And it's like, oh no, now too many bunnies are dying, you know.
Yeah, but they don't. It's not like people say that, oh, the food runs out and everyone dies. It doesn't actually work like that. It's everybody has this funny idea of how populations work, and it's all wrong. What happens is things balance, but they don't stop at the same place. This is the same thing, only I use a different musical schema, because the first one was on a Dorian, sort of like a minor key. This one's on a major key. It's the same thing. It's just a different key.
Yeah.
There's the bunnies running off and getting their green.
Sounds more optimistic.
Yeah, it's more optimistic. It's a bit more melodic. Anyway, I've got to do a lot more work on this. It needs to get a little bit more character. Anyway,
I love it. I think that's so cool.
It's a pretty cool fucking thing.
Sometimes I just let it run all day because it's just nice, like the wind chime.
And you wrote that? Like you did the whole program yourself?
Yeah, it's sort of, I'm not sharing now. I could have showed the code. It's quite a bit of code. It looks like Java, but yeah.
Oh.
It's in a thing called NetLogo, which is just huge fun if you've got time to kill.
Oh, what's that? Oh.
got half a screen now.
What happened? If you want, you can go without camera on too. You can go to a voice thing.
Yeah, we'll just be an avatar if you click your camera off. Insight and awareness.
It's a manual device selection. I approve. Good for real.
So Riley had a question for you, Oz.
I could put Elmer in there. That'll be sort of maybe one of the next versions where I have some Elmer Fuds running around the place. Killing a wabbit.
I'm hunting a wabbit. Be very, very quiet.
My dad used to do that. He would like spike his hair up and go, "We be hunting a wabbit," and he didn't have much hair, but it was really cute.
Anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd share that. A bit whimsical.
Creepy, man.
I feel like the Elmer Fudd would be capitalism.
You're a man of mystery and intrigue, Oz. You have all of these abilities.
I'm just curious. I want to know about everything. I want to try.
I can tell you have that inquisitive nature.
Yes. Let's have a go at it. Let's have a go at this.
But you know what I love?
I'm grateful that I met you and you can share some of that fucking wisdom with us, man. That's fucking awesome shit.
It's so cool to see the people behind the, just the person in the chat. It's just really amazing to see, like, who are what our people are behind just that. Like we're not just a screenshot. We're not just a screen name.
Dimensional, like
yeah. But look at all of the stuff behind Lucky and Steve. You guys have got really rich lives, and you're sharing it out there, and you're deep. You're really, really deep waters, you guys. I really enjoy knowing you, fellas.
Yeah, we feel the same way, bro. That's fucking. It's just really cool to be able to connect with like-minded fucking beings across the fucking planet. Wow.
I think you guys are a bit more wholesome than me, and I kind of appreciate that.
I don't know.
I would not wager that, my friend.
I would definitely not wager that I'm wholesome. I met boys from North Carolina that were in the band, and they're band boys traveling all over the place, and I was like, I feel like I corrupted them by meeting them. Yeah, I'm not. I went up to a guy in the Big Something band, and I was like, I want Casey to space whistle my boobs. And that was the first thing I said to this guy. And he just looks at me like, I'll put a good word in for you. Like, I'm like...
Yeah, but you're not toxic,
No, it's all positive. That's what we try.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Casey space whistled and saxophoned my entire soul, my entire being.
Yeah, because he's a demon. I don't know if you know who Big Something is, but holy fuck.
Yeah, I can't play them because I get copyright strike.
Saxophone player plays like an electronic sax. That's
it's an amazing instrument,
insane, and he just kills on it. He just shreds.
Oh,
and it's really groovy, jammy mixture of like electronica and a rock band. And
so the first time I met Casey, I go up to him, and my friend's like, "It's Casey," and I'm like standing there talking, and I didn't realize, and I was like, "Oh, Casey!" And I looked at him, and I go, Can I feel your hair? And he goes, yeah. Like he's like the most peaceful person I think I've ever met. And he used to have locks, but he had just recently cut them, and his hair was like super short. And then I'm just like,
you guys are cracking me up.
And so I started like just feeling his hair and having this whole like spiritual moment. It was fantastic.
I can see it.
Yeah. I drove all the way up to Maine to go to like the show because my friend knew them, and so we knew we were gonna the two of us were gonna go up there and meet them, and sleep in the van on the way back. And And then like on the way back from like the show, like the next day, we have this like chick come over to the van and she's like,
Too many edibles.
yes, she did. She was like, do you guys happen to have like some weed or something? And I'm like, oh, well, of course. And ended up, doing some other trades and things and hung out with this girl. And she was amazing, her and her boyfriend. And they were on this like journey. And, like that's how it goes for me. I meet people everywhere. It's either me, the band, Steve playing music, Leo, like, there's always something that draws them into.
Like some incense now.
I mean, come on, you see this old 91 van that's like in the parking lot, and you see like, I jump out barefoot with my rocks and tie-dyes on. They were like,
Hello,
we
again.
know who that, we know we can go there and talk to them. Oh, are those Nog Champas?
No, nice. Yeah, I've got some.
I
of
have
them.
I do the other.
Hey, Lucky, I'm gonna have to head out now.
Well, it was super nice hanging out with you, Oz. Thank you.
Oh no, it's amazing. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Love you guys.
Yeah, we
But
love you, bro.
I have these ones.
Oh, nice too.
Say good night to Oz.
Good night, Oz.
Good
We
night,
love
guys.
you.
And I'll catch you as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
You know how to get me.
Stay in touch.
Love you guys.
Oh, mine's upside down.
Yeah, well, we both have the same. Well, the same brand. I love them, though. They're so good.
My co-op has this.
You guys are like doing Nog Champa commercials and shit.
I know.
Like try Nog Champa for Julie or
Well, it's
original
not...
flavor.
No, I got these from my co-op.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love incense. Oh, phenomenal mysticism said, I looked up the definition of wholesome, and you two seem more wholesome than me. Oh.
Well, they come out of India. I mean, obviously, they're getting shipped across the world.
But they're like, that's what they use in the temples, like, and I have some other ones that I've gotten too. What are they called? I can't remember what they're called. But they're from like, they're exactly the same ones that they burn in the temples. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Wilson.
It's got to be getting close to that time where we should know something about Mr. Wilson. No, Charlie Brown? What do you think?
Wilson?
Is there word like the judge didn't show up yesterday rather, and now they have to wait for
Where's the thing for
the
Wilson?
thing? That was how I understood.
Is that it?
If I'm
Oh,
wrong,
I have
please
to
correct
hang
me.
on. I
I
gotta
can't even
take.
find the top to my deck. Oh, there it is.
We don't have a Wilson on the overlay thing.
I gotta invest in more tarot decks.
There he is.
More tarot decks. I only have 2. I gotta get more.
Now, so you said you learned from, was it Old Boss? Is that what you said? Is that how you learned tarot?
I learned from like getting stoned with different people and
That's great. I have this really awesome book that kind of like ties everything together. Like you look it up by your the date and the month that you were born. Like the year doesn't matter or anything, but it's really cool. It's called Birthday Stars and Numbers. I've had it forever.
numerology.
Yeah, hang on, I'll grab it.
That's numerology. I don't know a lot about it, but I know that it's totally a total big science, and we need to get to know that. Yes.
Yeah, that's the way I understand it too. I'm not sure what book she's going to get, but
Where is it?
I don't know where it is. I can assure you,
But it's numerology that actually does exist as a study.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things with numbers that people have explained to me over the years, and I've seen you know, diagrams and various things that make me think,
I had to look on the
there's a reason we
bookshelf.
have these numbers and the way that they are.
This is
Nice.
really awesome book. So like it's super freaking big and thick, and you can look up based upon like whatever your birthday is or whatever, and it gives you 2 whole pages all about like, you know, your secret self, love and relationships, work and vocation, numerology, and then like numbers that like dates that correlate with you, like people that are friendship or beneficial, fatal attractions, challenging, and soulmates. So it's a really cool book. I've had it for like ever. It probably came from like Borders or Walden Books back in the day or something. But yeah, it's a really, really cool book to you know, look through. Whenever I have someone look through it, I'm like, hey, put your name on there with your date. You know, I want to see.
Well, yeah, and to talk about just upon that, there's astrology charts for like United States for all of these kind of things that are happening right now too. One of them is Uranus and Taurus, which is a big deal because Uranus and Taurus happened in World War II. World War II actually came out of Uranus and Taurus. So back then, that happened. And so now what's happening is the unvaccinated and the vaccinated, they're trying to do a total, you know, like what they did with Jews and Nazis. They're doing it again. It's repeating itself. And in this astrology, it's showing right there, this is exactly what's happening. And I've been talking about this with astrologists, and even people that read tarot also say that this is, you know, it's in the astrology because they all talk about these things. And so it's going on and it's happening, and nobody is even talking about it in mainstream media. Nobody even understands it in the world. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't even get this is happening. It's insane to think that people don't understand what's going on. They're so unaware.
They're sticking their heads in the sand. Like, I don't want to, it's like the same thing with the censorship, right? It's like, oh, you know, when you used to do that with a baby, oh, you know, they think that it's gone, and you know, like they can't, if they don't see you, then they think that, you know, that you're missing suddenly. But that's not, you know, that's not true. You're still there. And that's what they want to do with this censorship. It's like, it still exists. Even if you don't want to see it, it's still there. You can't just like censor it away. You know what I mean? Like somebody, if they're saying hurtful, awful things, then the better thing is to have a bigger conversation, a more conversation, because we have to remember that racism is taught. You're not racist when you're born, right? Like, so you have to remember that these are taught behaviors. These are things that somebody took the time to teach that person, or it's assumptions that they picked up along the way. And a lot of people are in this, like, you know, this cult, this larger cult of like, you know, I'm on this side or that side or this and that. And it's like, until we stop using those terms and we stop making it about like what side somebody's on. I don't know what my neighbor's political views are. That's okay with me. I don't have to know that, but I can still be there if they need a jump start or if they need some mutual aid. I'm going to be there for them because they're another human being that needs me, whether we agree with certain things or not. There's more likely that we agree on a lot more things than a lot less. You know what I mean? There's less that we probably don't agree on. And I mean, how do you convince somebody or talk to somebody like, you know, people are like, well, they're a Nazi or they're this or that, or they're a white supremacist. Well, we as a society need to say, all right, well, that's not right. And let's talk about why, you know, and let's educate each other about why we feel the way we do. Why do they feel that? Let's challenge what their thinking is. Like, we had people that would come around and they were completely like racist as fuck. And I was like, listen, we don't talk like that in my house, but I will talk to you why we don't talk like that in my house. Because first off, it's freaking irrational. It's irrational. The pigment of someone's skin or where they come from in the world. Like, we all live on this same planet. Like, and I've destroyed their thought process of that. And people have gone, okay, yeah, because if you don't know any better, and if people don't talk about it, they just want to silence that voice of what's happening, then we get nowhere, and we continue on this perpetual cycle of, people continuing to teach hate, to teach the racism, and it will just, we're not getting anywhere that way. And it's like I always say on here, we got to walk towards our fear, towards the things that make us uncomfortable. That's what we need to walk towards. We need to move that direction, because the things that we fear, the things that make us uncomfortable the most are the things that we need to address, because once we address them, they're no longer that like elephant in the room, right? It's like we take that and we have a conversation. It's a larger conversation about what's happening, and it takes that power away. It takes that away.
B.S. Adams is getting hungry.
Oh no. Let's see what's happening here in the chat, guys. What's happening? Edward Snowden, permanent record. What's happening?
It's 2:26 a.m. in the on the Eastern Standard Times. Which is,
so, Charlie Brown, it's your birthday on Wednesday.
Get the fuck out of here.
Really? Is that really true? You better tell me.
Charlie Brown.
Oh,
Well,
he's a tiger.
It's this Friday. Ooh.
Hey, Mr. Fauci, how are those vaccines? Great.
Oh my God. Yeah, because Charlie Brown and his son are both born on the same day. Vicky said, "Are you Aquarius?" Apparently so, according to the maps.
According to the map. I like that.
That's funny. So the 4th of February. We're gonna have to remember that. We should give Charlie. You should give Charlie Brown a reading. You'd have to probably come on the stream though, Charlie Brown. We'll look up Charlie Brown in the book, and we'll tell you guys all about him. So what else do you like to do besides the cards? What interests you?
Oh, I need some grow lights. I need some grow lights so I can start growing. I'm gonna grow some pot plants and
Hell yeah.
Steve knows a lot about that too.
Yeah, I've been growing weed
Steve
since
Steve Cutler, you can hear his voice.
Since I was 12. I've grown a bunch of weed, and
yeah,
allegedly.
I'm like almost 50 years old, so I need to grow some pot. So
Yeah,
I can
dude,
live
it's so easy.
to 70 or 90 or whatever.
It's so easy, and it's the only thing that I would suggest on your first time growing is get yourself a tent or a good, like, completely fucking sanitized room, because like microorganisms and mites and things live like everywhere, and you have to eliminate them before you start growing. Otherwise, they will fuck your shit up. And I've fought that battle like at least 3 or 4 times in my life, and it sucked. Because you have this beautiful crop, and then you look real close, and you're like, oh my God, there's spider webs on there. And it's,
Well, actually, my son used to live in my spare room, and he just moved out, so I gotta
you're
do
good.
something with it.
Yeah, you just like, you know what I mean? Wipe that shit down before you put your plants in there. That's all I'm saying. And you know what I mean? If having it within a tent is really handy sometimes too, to just be able to regulate the temperature and the humidity and everything exactly right.
It's crazy here because they so they legalized it, but like you can grow if you have a medical card, you can grow now, but if you don't, you have to wait, which is so fucking stupid. Like what? It's like next year or something that you can grow if you don't, if just legally, but they make you grow inside. And it has to be like secured away from every. And I'm like, so wait, you're gonna tell people that you have to grow a plant that they have to grow it artificially inside and use artificial light and artificial conditions. Like they can't grow it outside. A plant, like the fact that they restrict a plant growing, it's like, well, what if they found out that I don't know, that a tomato plant was, that had some effect on you, like what they say, you cannot grow tomatoes anymore.
Tomatoes have a huge effect on me. They make me hungry. If you
I do. And I didn't name him Leo.
Ultimately though, like we should be happy and grateful that Connecticut decided, yeah, you can grow some fucking weed of your own, because they wanted to be just like New Jersey at first and be like, no, we got a guy. He'll grow the weed. You fucking buy it from us and it's all good. Forget about it. And Connecticut was like, that's what they were threatening to do for like, a bunch of, I've been like marijuana advocate for my whole life. And that was always the deal. Like the last legislation that didn't get passed before the one that got passed this time was like, no, we got a guy. We'll fucking grow all the weed. You guys come buy it from us. It'll be beautiful. Fucking corporate Pfizer fucking weed.
I mean, one of my friends' mom, she co-owns like one of the few medical dispensaries that was around here. But it's like you had to go in order to get your medical card around here. You like basically you give up your right to have all sorts of things, right? And then on top of it, they what was it? Like, yeah, you can't own a gun anymore or certain things if you had a medical card for it. And it was like insurance didn't cover you going to it. So so Vicky said Washington state rules require you have a medical card to grow.
Yeah. They didn't do that here. Ironically.
This crystal is the best.
Weird.
That's a beautiful crystal. Do you go out and because you're in Washington, do you go out and collect like gems and crystals and all of that? Yeah, you guys have got to have Jasper.
It was given to me by my teacher.
It's beautiful. Yeah, all you Washingtonians out there, you need to like send me a box of like, rocks.
Crystals and stones and things.
And what's crazy? I mean, when I was out there in different places, like I didn't even realize how many natural crystals and things were places.
Smudges. We have like good smudge material here.
I have a big smudging stick. Yeah, the drunk friends definitely do dumb shit. Yeah, not the high friends.
This is my cedar and my sage.
Nice. I know I have a sage bundle right over here too.
Yeah. I got from the co-op. Right.
That's awesome.
Eat every day.
That's great. That's fantastic. Wow, 12 cedar trees. That's a good amount.
I love our co-op. I would like to actually get a co-op out here I'm thinking about actually trying to get some people involved in it and start one out here in Camino Island.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it's
So,
expensive.
what's right around you? Like, right there. How small? I'm trying to remember. How small is the island?
Well, it's great. It would be a great place for everybody. There's farms everywhere out here, so they would love it. They would probably really appreciate it.
I would love to live back. We want to go back out that way. Like, the West Coast has just always called me back. That's always been my home.
The
like,
left coast. My boyfriend Michael calls it the left coast.
The left coast.
that's funny.
He's from New York. He's from New York originally, and
What part?
He grew up mostly in Florida, but
right
all
on.
his family is from New York. He's a New York person.
Yeah, New York is definitely a different culture. New England is a different culture than the West Coast.
There's like all these little
But he loves
towns
he
too, like that. All
totally
different
loves it here.
away.
What was that? So what part of New York? Is it like the city or upstate?
I would say like probably the roughest areas, like the Bronx or whatever.
So he was in New York, New York. I lived on Governor's Island. You should ask him if he knows Governor's Island, because it was a military base that was right off of the the city right there, like where the Staten Island ferry was. The next to it was the Coast Guard ferry. And so yeah, I lived there in like the 90s, and they closed it. They closed the base in 92 is what I think it was. And it was awesome though to live there on the island. It was 2 miles around in radius, and like we just had free roam as kids. And there was an Olympic sized swimming pool and another one that was smaller, and we had a bowling alley, and we went to school on the island, and it was all historic. Like, I'm gonna have to do like a whole stream about it, because it was just such a cool place to live as a kid. I mean, there was a stockade, and I think it was like from what was it? I don't want to say the wrong date. 1600s, I think. There's people that would go and with metal detectors would look for the old coins on the island, and old military buttons and things. Like, the haunted house that we went to on the island was actually like a real jail that was like circular in shape, and like it was like three. I want to say it was like three, like levels of like the
Dungeon.
traditional jail, like the metal crunk bars, and there was no like outer protection of it. Like, you were just in those cells, and like there you were open to the elements. It was crazy. And that's where they did our haunted house. Let me tell you. It was scary. It was scary as a kid. Oh my God. Nice. Like you were saying before, there's a lot of paranormal stuff. Yeah. Imagine on that island how much. Like, my friend lived in Fort J, which was actually a moat. It was a real moat. Let me see if I can find it.
I hope my incessant noodling on the guitar isn't driving everybody fucking crazy, making you
Not
want
me.
to shoot yourself. Because I know I drive myself crazy, like trying to make my fingers do the thing.
Yeah, well, we've been speaking French in the house, but I
Oh,
still
really?
can't write it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's taking French, and I'm trying to learn too.
That's awesome. My daughter started teaching herself French when she was little. So this is Governor's Island, and it's a pretty big island, and like nobody knew it was there. I don't know how, but nobody knew it was there. Oh, this one right here. This shows the building where I lived in. I was
Wow.
over
It's like crazy glamping fucking campground now.
now.
for
Yeah,
for
they
rich
have some
people.
weird pool things and stuff there, and like, so yeah, the state of New York bought it back. Oh yeah, here's the stockade. Yeah, it was 3 levels. So that's the actual old
Oh,
stockade.
there's no experiments going on there?
Oh,
Only with
yeah.
us.
Oh yeah,
Experiments now. Oh my
lot of
gosh, there's
spirits.
experiments now. Oh boy.
Let me see
Watch
if I
out.
can find. Yeah, like, see how close the Statue of Liberty is? I watched the fireworks over the Statue of Liberty as a kid.
That's cool.
And my friend lived on Liberty Island, and so like they would come over from Liberty Island to go to school with us over on Governor's Island. Like there's the ferry that we would take. I think it's probably not the same ferry.
I agree. Phenomenal. That I would like to know, like, just 5 or 6 languages, and I would be pleased with myself if I could do that. Yona was teaching us some Cherokee.
Oh
which
yeah,
was pretty
here's the inside of the freaking, yeah, it was 3 stories, and yeah, it was really open to the elements like that. It's crazy. And then
It's like the sky fucking dungeons in fucking Game of Thrones or something, like only closer to the ground.
here's where the ferries would go in and out right here, and I used to go down there and get donuts and
Well, if you
bagels
guys
like at
ever
the
come out
ferry
here, go
entrance,
to
and
the
they were
San
like
Juan Islands. They're the best.
they were like 51 cents. I remember being like, oh my gosh. I think that this was on Admiral, like one of the Admiral houses or something. So like at the time my stepdad was, I think, a CO. But yeah, I have pictures of, the island like this, and I have pictures of there with the Twin Towers. I think this is where the moat is. Should be, I think that's Fort J right there. And so my friend lived in Fort J, and Fort J is it was actually a like it had a moat around it and everything. See if I can find Fort J. And we used to walk the dogs. Oh yeah, here, this is the stockade, the big jail that I was showing. And I used to like play with my dog Charlie in the moat, because the moat wasn't it wasn't filled with water or anything. It was like there were stairs to go down. Well, I think it was rocks, but like big boulder cut out, like the red stone or whatever. Let me see if I can find.
Well, we like our nature preserves out here, on the island.
Oh, there it is. So this is Fort J, and all around where that like the shape is, that greener area, that's all where moat was. And yeah, so like this, I would be down in the grassy area down here, walking my dog and playing, and it was ginormous. Yeah, this is how you got in. This is where the drawbridge would have been. And inside of there was they made like apartments and stuff inside of Fort J. And it's crazy. It's crazy. See here, you can see a little bit better. Oh, so here, these L-shaped buildings right here, that's where I lived. And this is where Fort J was in here. And this is the old stockade. Oh my gosh. It brings back like so many like memories to look at this and go, holy shit. Yeah, there's like, see that? Yeah, the steps were like stone. It was a lot of fun though. A lot of fun to live there. I remember I went to some buildings I wasn't supposed to. And I hung out with kids I wasn't supposed to. Can you believe that there were, I think this building, I used to run around the back of it. I don't remember. But yeah, there were certain kids even I wasn't supposed to hang out with. Like you know, they were lower class than, you know, my stepdad was. It was awful. I'm like, screw you. That's the kids I'm gonna go hang out with now. Don't tell me I can't. And there was real cannons there, and they shot the cannons off on occasion. Yeah, this shows the moat a little bit better. It was crazy. It was a fun place though.
Is Stever gonna play?
Are you gonna play music, Steve?
I will.
He will, yeah. Oh yeah, here's a really old picture with all the cannons. You see that, Steve?
Yeah.
Well, here, do you want me to get out of the spot? Do you want to sit over here?
Can you hear it?
I mean, I can hear it over here.
Yeah, I mean, does it sound plugged in now? No? Oh, I got plugged into the wrong thing. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, you can turn that down a little bit. It's going all the way, yeah, to the left.
All right, try that.
Yeah, that's good. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. After midnight, we're gonna shake and jump and shout. We're gonna cause talk and suspicion, give an exhibition, gonna find out what it's all about. Yeah. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. After midnight, we're gonna shake your tambourine. Missy gonna shake her tambourine now. After midnight, it's all gonna be peaches and cream. Yeah, we're gonna cause talk and suspicion, give an exhibition, gonna find out what it's all about. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out.
There's little Leo.
Oh, Leo.
Cadillac Centaur.
Catalytic Centaur. Just doing a little brief musical interlude here.
Hey. Go up here.
As we rode out to Valerio, as we rode out to Valerio, the captain fell in love with the lady just like her. And he called her by name, pretty Peggy.
Oh. You heard out a puppy?
Well, would you marry me, pretty Peggy? You would marry me, pretty Peggy. Well, if
Come
you
here.
would marry me, I'd set all your cities free. And free all the ladies in the area. Well, come stepping down the stairs, pretty Peggy. Come stepping down the stairs, pretty Peggy. Come stepping down the stairs, combing back your long brown hair.
Oh.
Little last farewell.
You should have killed puppers.
William O. Well, I would marry you, sweet William O. I would marry you, sweet William O. Yes, and I would marry you, but your guineas are too few. And I fear my mama would be angry. Well, what would your mama think, pretty Peggy? What would your mama think, pretty Peggy? What would your mama think if you heard my kid play? Saw me marching at the head of my soldiers.
Come on, baby cake.
Do you hear that doggy? Do you hear that puppy?
Woo! Woo!
It's not Everett. It's not Everett. Leo always gets stinky breath. Do you always have stinky breath?
Well, sweet William, he Sweet William, he is dead, pretty Peggy. Sweet William, he is dead, and he died for
Shake it
me.
off. Yeah.
And he's buried in that Louisiana country. We rode out
Exist. No. No.
as we rode out to Venerio. Our captain fell in love with a lady just like
She's smart. She found it.
He called her by name.
She found it.
And he called her by name. Pretty Peggy.
Do you hear the puppy playing? What's that?
What was that dog in? You heard a dog in there?
His little tail is a wagging.
He was like, oh, I hear dogs. Usually the little box only makes people noises.
Bye-bye.
What's that?
Because I want to listen to Stever. You're not going to bug me while I listen to Stever.
Another day has come and gone,
Run it up.
and I can't figure what went wrong. Mockingbird keeps mocking me. She locked me out and lost the key. I've gone wandering again, and I'm out the door. I'm walking by myself down the street like a night before. I should be home in bed, but the notion in my head keeps telling me, every day it's just a dream. Oh, you're stuck inside a great machine. Work your jobs, spend your pay. Baby, no one hears a fucking word you say. And I'm gone wandering again. When I'm out the door, I'm walking by myself down the street like the night before. And I should be on the bed, but the notion in my head keeps telling me to ramble on.
Good boy. Good boy. Got one of their little hats here. Is it on? There.
I see my son.
There. Now we both got
I
hats.
felt the rain. People I busted lose my old ball and chain. I seen a man. And what I see, tell you he's just like you, and he's just like me. And I've gone wandering again. I'm out the door, I'm walking by myself down the street like the night before. And I should be home in bed, but the notion in my head keeps telling me to ramble on.
What do you think?
I should be home in bed, but the notion in my head keeps telling me to ramble on. Keep telling me to ramble on. You keep telling me, horny unicorn, to ramble on. Thank you very much. Good night.
Isn't he so cute? Look at this little guy.
Little hat. Leo, you look like a little newsie. A little newsie guy.
Yeah, he's got a camo jacket on and a newsboy hat. Are you watching your papa? Oh my gosh, this has been so fun. Oh, sorry. I mean to donk you. Want me to take that off? Papa's not going to bed yet. No. He's like, oh, is it bedtime? Oh, I'm ready for that. Did you see Leo's necklace? It has a crystal. Let me see. Kind of see it. Oh, let me see. Can I show him? Ready? Want to put it on? Yes. He loves wearing his little necklaces and stuff. Like he'll put his head through. So he's got Leo's little necklace has jasper beads and these exotic wood ones, the same ones that I use for my mala necklace, and a little crystal on it. You handsome little boy. Is that your papa? Do you want to go see your papa? Okay. Yeah. I think we're going to wrap up.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
But we will be back here, I'm sure, tomorrow.
Fabulous
doing another
Thunderbirds reference number 1. Shout out Jimmy Bond.
I'm so excited that you came on tonight. This was it's so great. You're going to come on and do cards with us again.
Yeah, that is great. And it was a lot of fun. Thank you for everybody hanging out, and
a lot of insight.
thank you, Insight and Awareness, for raising our insight and or awareness. I hope that everybody has a fantastic Tuesday, February 1st.
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
believe it's
Start your
February
seeds
1st
today.
already.
Start your seeds today. That's what you do. Okay. We love you.
All right. Thank you all for joining us for another Fiercely Authentic. This was a fun one. Good casual night. And I'm happy to have you all here. And please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. And leave us a comment. It all helps with the YouTubes, the algorithm. And I hope you guys are all enjoying the rest of your day. And
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
all right, where's the thing? Where's the thing?
Hydro field cuts through my neighborhood.